You're gonna be just fine.
I just talk.
Listen to them, children of the night.
Sic transit gloria.
Thrill me.
What's up, everyone? Sorry for the lack of Kill the Cast episodes in October. It's just been really crazy for us, and we haven't been able to do it. But I do have a nice little surprise for you. Back in the 2017, we did a Best of the 80s episode, and it was a huge hit. Well, Alex from the Skeleton Crew hit me up about us coming on there and doing it with them for the 90s because Dan Chase is such a huge 90s fan. So the Skeleton Crew being one of my favorite podcasts of all time, I easily said, yes, let's do it. So Kenneth and I jumped over there and joined Alex and Dan. Unfortunately, Jay from our side wasn't there and Jamie from their side wasn't there. But all four of us got together and did this wonderful episode called Best of the 90s with the Skeleton Crew. And I wanted to release it on the Kill the Cast feed because it's, a couple of years old and some of you may have not heard it. And I wanted y'all to hear it and also, check out those Skeleton Crew episodes. They are fantastic with a great cast of hosts. You've got Alex, Dan, and Jamie. You also have Dave Z. It's just a great time and I wanted to do this. So here you go, guys. The Best of the 90s from the Skeleton Crew.
How do you do? It is one of the strangest tales ever told. It deals with the two great mysteries of creation. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, we've warned you.
Welcome, Boneheads. It is here once again, the iconic classic, the Skeleton Crew Horror Podcast. The podcast that will tickle your funny bone and have you screaming for more. Exclusively at horrorphilia.com with your trio of numbskulls, Jamie Sammons.
I like it.
Dan Chase.
I love fucking you guys, dude. Yo.
And Alex Edwards.
Yeah, asshole.
Woo! You are now entering the Bone Zone.
What's up, guys? This is Alex. I'm sober this time. It's the Skeleton Crew, and I'm joined with my main man, Dan. And Dan, we have one hell of a show planned for everybody. This is the 90s. We are completely stealing a format I heard on my new favorite horror podcast, Kill the Cast. They did an 80s show where they went through every single year of the 80s. 80, 81, 82, 80, you know those years, right? So they went through every single one of those years. And all the guys on the show picked their two favorite horror movies from each one of those years. And I found it riveting. And I said, Jerry, you told me how the Halloween vs. Friday the 13th franchise show was really the whole thing behind your The Thing vs. Alien show, and you wanted to take the exact format that we did and apply it to your show. So I said, well, Jerry, I think I would like to take your format.
Meanwhile, in the Kill the Cast studios.
Man, where the fuck are these guys? We were supposed to record 30 minutes ago. Jesus. Oh, look, you finally decided to show up, to record. Where's Jay?
I don't know where the fuck he is, man. Shut your hole. Check out this cool-ass fucking thing I got.
Congratulations, you have a lantern on top of a stick. I'm super excited for you.
Dude, do you not recognize this? It's the Scepter from Turtles 3, man. That shitty-ass movie.
Yeah, that's why I don't recognize it, because I only watched the first two movies and then cry. Wait,
man,
where did you even get that?
Well, funny story, see. I was walking around and I ran into this person. I'm sitting there and I'm talking to them, and they tell me that they were actually in the movie. Well, working on the movie, the crew, you know. And obviously, at this current moment, we know that that movie didn't do very well, and this person straight up looked like a crackhead. And so I was like, nah, no way. And they're just like, straight up, I am. Check this thing out. And they showed it to me. And then I was like, okay, well, that's pretty fucking cool. And they were like, well, I need $10. Can I suck your dick for $10? I was like, sure, why not? And so, you know, I unzip my pants, whatever, going at it. And as this person is going at it, I slowly reach over there, grab this scepter thing, fucking goddamn pull my dick out, zip my pants up, and run. And now, here I am with this. That's the reason why I was late, by the way.
Time out. You let a crackhead suck your dick for $10?
Yeah.
Was he cute?
Not really. Is that not normal?
No, not really. Normally people don't let fucking random crackheads suck their dick. That's, not unless they're extremely desperate or on crack themselves.
Well, I'm not on crack, so that rules out that one.
Alright, so, okay, so you bought a replica of the movie prop.
Well.
And got a blowjob from a crackhead.
Right. And didn't pay the crackhead. Yeah. Anyhow, this thing looks pretty legit, though.
I mean, okay, does it work? Does it do the light up thing? Like, I remember it lit up or some shit in the movie.
I don't know. Let's fucking shake it and see.
Alright. You should be good at shaking things.
That's why I pay crackheads.
You don't pay crackheads. You hit them over the head and steal their shit.
God damn it, Jerry.
Okay, fine. Okay, let's see if this fucking scepter works. What do we just need to shake it? Let's both get hands on it.
Yeah. We both put our hands on it.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Meanwhile, back in the dungeon.
Yeah, man, it just sucks not having Jamie here.
Yeah, man. Are we still gonna do the show without her, or are we gonna proceed with this? I mean, this is a pretty big show.
Yeah, for just 2 people. Whoa! What the fuck?
Kenneth, where the fuck are we? What the fuck just happened? Who the fuck am I? Who the fuck are those 2 skeletons? What the fuck is going on?
I don't know, man. This shit is weird. You got a skeleton right there that looks like he was on Jersey Shore.
Dude, why did you buy this scepter from some fucking crackhead lady? Look what it did to us. We're in a dungeon. It's dank down here. And I ain't talking about moisture.
Technically, I didn't buy the scepter. Technically, I didn't buy it. I stole it from her while she was giving me a blowjob for $10. Gotta love crackheads, man.
Okay, that's true. But, dude, I just realized something. Is this the Dan?
Yes.
Alex?
Yeah, man.
How the fuck did we get here?
I don't know, dude, but this is fucking crazy, dude. What the fuck are you guys doing here with the Ninja Turtle scepter? This is ridiculous.
Well, we were going to record a Kill the Cast show when we were waiting on Jay, and then Kenneth showed up with a scepter, and we were talking about it, and I thought it was just like a movie prop, and it would light up, so we did the thing to make it light up, and now we're here.
Huzzah.
Shit. Yo, we were just about to walk through the 90s, though. From 1990 to 99. You guys down? You want to roll?
Oh, God, it transferred us to a shitty decade.
What do you mean the 90s were the shit, dude? What are you talking about?
No. The 90s are shit. You're fucking up R and the again.
Oh. Sorry.
Is that really the Silent Hill biker here?
Indeed it is.
Man, I've been waiting to have you on this show forever, dude. Will you sit in with us?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
All right, see you later, Jerry.
Bye, Jerry.
What am I, chopped liver over here? I mean, what's going on?
We're just good as a trio. We're not really used to having 4 people. We tried that once, and we all know how that went.
I heard Dan loves 5 guys.
At least.
Well, guys, like Dan said, like the title reads, it's that 90s show. There's a show called Kill the Cast, and one of the formats that Jerry and Kenneth came up with was they just take a decade and they go through every single year and pick out their 2 favorite horror movies and honorable mention and just, talk them up a little bit, tell everybody why they're the picks. I decided to steal that format, so I think it's really fitting that the 2 of you just showed up here with your Ninja Turtle scepter, and Plus, it's okay because he stole our Halloween First Friday the 13th one. So I think we're even now, Jerry.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Whoa. I didn't steal it. I was inspired, and you didn't have a copyright on it yet.
And plus, it was probably done 87 times before us.
I was going to say.
So, yeah, it's all good. Guys, let's start off in 1990. Since you guys are the guests, guys, once again, kill the cast. Kill the cast. Kill the cast.
Kill Jerry.
There's going to be a whole podcast that's just called Kill Jerry. It's going to be fucking Dan and that cunt from 22 Shots. Jerry. It's going to be y'all getting together to do a show together. Y'all just got to find one more person that hates me.
Once we get later on into the 90s, I promise I'll be in a better mood. But for now, I fucking hate you.
I know. I think we're going to be in a bad mood for about 5 years.
Yeah, dude.
The bad thing is Jerry's my is my host, and I still find every joke against him fucking hilarious.
As do I.
Well, we have a lot to get through, guys. We're going to stroll through this whole entire thing. Well, let's start in 1990. Since you are a guest of ours, Kenneth, why don't you tell us, what are your 2 favorite horror movies from 1990 and why?
All right, so my absolute favorite is Nightbreed. Huge Clive Barker fan. David Cronenberg was in it as an actor, which I thought was great. And it's one of those movies, man, that, kind of, it appeals to me because I was an outcast in school. And so when I watched this movie, I was just like, man, it'd be fucking awesome to go to a place like Midian where you fit in and stuff like that. So it kind of got to me on an emotional level. I thought it was great.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, and then I'd probably have to say my runner-up for that year would probably have to be Tom Savini's Night of the Living Dead. And I really, if everybody's seen it and should have seen it, I really shouldn't have to say anything. That movie's fucking amazing.
I was late to the party, and I tried to get into it several times, and I never really dug it that much. Like, I see the appeal, but it just, for one reason or another, I don't know, but it just never fucking struck me as like, oh, this is fucking great. You know what I mean?
I don't like zombie movies at all, so to me, I'm just like lukewarm on all that stuff. I'm not saying it's not a good pick. I just know that I don't like zombies. It
is a good pick, though. It is. It's a good movie. I'm just saying, like, my personal taste. Yeah, it's the same with you, Alex. It's not like my thing,
Well, see, one of my earliest horror movie things that I've said in our show was the original Night of the Living Dead, and so I was very apprehensive going into this one, even though I love Tom Savini. And then the special effects were great, and I personally really enjoyed the changes that he made to the original storyline. So
I heard he's a dick. Oh wait, that's another show. Sorry.
No, it turns out he's not a dick. Tom Savini was actually cool. He was just a dick to Jerry Vitetta, not everybody else.
Yeah.
Great picks. Let's move on to Dan Chase.
First one I have, and this is probably no surprise to anybody, is Jacob's Ladder. Jacob's Ladder is a fucking mindfuck of a movie. Would you guys classify it as straight up horror? I don't even know.
I classify it as a dick piercing, right?
Continue. Go on. I'm intrigued.
I mean, I don't have one, but isn't that when you like pierce like the top of your shaft multiple times on a ladder? Is that what that is?
I think that's a Prince Albert. Sir.
No, Prince Albert through the head of your dick. And if you're from that fucked up weird side of the world, isn't that a Jacob's Ladder?
Yes.
Yes.
The one you're talking about, yes. And don't you worry, you will be very familiar with it when we're done with this show.
Okay. Oh.
I got my ass cheeks pierced together one time.
How do you shit?
I imagine it looks like the machine at Dairy Queen's got a clog in it.
Oh.
Jacob's Ladder, dude, I would classify that as a psychological thriller.
Jacob's Ladder is the shit, man. I always loved that movie. I saw it at a young age, too, and it really fucked me up. But I would agree with that classification, though.
No, it doesn't mean it's not on. It actually is. If you look up 1990 horror, it is actually there. So.
And another one is, so I'm not a huge fucking Stephen King movie fan. I like certain ones, and I've been pretty vocal about those ones. And the one from 1990 though is definitely Misery. I mean, Misery was one of those that it took a while for me to warm up to, but once I did, dude, fucking James Caan, Kathy Bates, come on, dude. You want to talk about an acting fucking class? Holy shit. And I love that movie, and there's that fucking famous scene where she just fucking wrecks his foot, dude. Like, I still, to this day, can't get it out of my head, even though it does look kind of fake, but, oh.
Yeah, the way that that one foot just moves over.
Yeah, and dude, and here's one thing about movies like that. Like, that's, okay, that was probably movies like that, this, and like Silence of the Lambs were like my real first introduction to horror. And it was like, oh, wow, it really set the bar high, you know? And I talk shit about the early 90s, yes, but the movies that were good in the early 90s were fucking great. There's just not that many of them. But I think Misery is right up there, dude. That's a fucking awesome movie, dude.
I like how when you said a Stephen King movie, Alex was like, yes! And I was like, Alex, he's not picking it. Calm down.
Okay, I'm glad that somebody noticed that. That would happen to me. Thank you. Anyway, so Jerry, since you decided to open your mouth, why don't you keep on going and tell us your favorite 1990 pick?
Tremors. The 90s is a whole bunch of creature feature for me. One of my favorite things about creature features is when they have a sense of adventure to them. And Tremors is a prime example of it. The whole time you feel like you're hanging out with the boys, ready to crack open a cold one when some grab boys show up and fuck everything up. It is just a fun film. Every character is interesting. I love it. From the get-go, as soon as they find that first dead body hung up on that pole, like Alex on every work day, just dead.
Just dead inside.
Yeah, just dead on the inside and the outside.
Thank you. Okay, Jerry. Good pick. Very obscure. What's your second pick for 1990?
Actually, Predator 2.
Wow.
I went
Predator 2? I went Predator 2.
I went Predator 2, man. I love that movie. I think it's so much fun. And when you go in there and all the dead bodies are skinned and hanging from the ceiling,
dope.
It is just so good. And that the ending with Danny Glover in the ship.
Yep.
Man,
that's bad. Yeah, dude, that scene's badass, bro. Dude, do you think that Predator 2 kind of gets a bad rap because the first one's so fucking awesome?
I like Predator 2 way more than Predator 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's because Jerry doesn't like action movies, and Predator 1 is more of an action movie.
How do you...
Bingo! Oh, damn, we can have a whole episode on me pissing the world off with movies I don't like.
Wow, you're already pissing me off, dude.
Yeah,
we're not even fucking out of the fucking early 90s yet, and you're already fucking infuriated.
First year, and I'm pissing you off. But check this out. Will they please make a Predator movie where we get to see, like, the Predator go back in time and fight, like, people during, like, the Civil War and shit? Because, like, when you're looking in that room, there's, like, old-timey guns and shit, and it's like,
right.
I want to see a Predator go fight, Billy the Kid in the Wild Wild West.
Jerry, I don't think that'd be a fair fight, sir.
Or how about Custard?
Custard Revenge?
Yeah.
Nice. Alex, what are yours?
Okay, well, my picks for 1990 are, of course, everyone knows where I'm going with this. Yes, guys, Stephen King's It. I got way into why I love that movie on, I think, show 78. It's just really almost a perfect movie to me with a really terrible ending. I like both nights, or whatever you want to call it. I like both halves. The clown, you can't top Pennywise's performance. It's just so iconic. And I think the only reason anyone's excited about this remake is because they all secretly love this movie and they just don't want to say anything because it gets so publicly bashed.
That's gotta be it. You're right.
That must be the reason.
That's what it is.
I see no flaw in his logic there.
Dude, perfect fucking review, Alex. I love it.
Yeah. Hold on, let me check. Spock. Is Alex logic good here? It is? Okay, yeah. Spock said it's good, Alex. I think you're golden.
All right.
Nanu.
See, I knew it. I just needed that verification. Thank you. So, my second pick is an anthology horror film called Tales from the Dark Side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I grew up with this movie my whole life.
That's a good one.
Yeah, as I say, I just finished that episode, and I've never seen the movie, and now I'm like, man, I really want to see this fucking movie.
Hey, Alex, I noticed about you, man. You really fucking dig anthologies. I'm just putting it together. We've been doing a show for 5 years now. You really dig that shit. Is there any ones that you really just don't like?
Creepshow 3?
Creepshow 3, right? I know that. Yeah.
Yeah. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Sweet. Next time, don't fucking spit it up. Just choke on it, Jerry.
Yeah, next time you do that, lay down like Jimi Hendrix.
Lay down on your back and just fucking die.
I got a question. Was Tales from the Dark Side? Because I never can remember. It was either an episode of Tales from the Crypt or it was one of the shorts in an anthology where a guy was making blind people go through like this. It was almost like an obstacle course, but it was all booby trapped. Like he had razor blades along the walls and stuff like that.
I think that's the new Saw movie.
Yeah, right.
or something like that. But it was crazy, and you know these blind people put him through that whole thing at the end of it, and made him go through it, and then they let the dog go, and he had to run back the opposite way and try not to die as he was going through all these booby traps by this dog.
How did they know where to send him to if they were blind?
I have no idea.
Yeah, go in this door, guys. This is my car. No, I mean, wait a minute. Where the fuck
Well, they
are we?
were all locked into this place. I mean, it was like, you know, it was like this warehouse kind of thing where he had it all set up.
Oh, wow.
And somehow or another they made it out. I don't remember, but it was shot out. And the dude, I mean, it was kind of funny because when he got to the razor blades on the wall, that was the end of it.
From what you're saying, I wish it was the movie I just said I like, but so I do have to look your movie up.
I love how Alex is poking holes through fucking this movie there, and he didn't even watch it. He's like, wait a minute. How did the blind people fucking know?
Yeah. Go here. Where? Guys, it's a shower. God. So, guys, just so you know what was going on in 1990, besides the movies we picked, things like Leatherface 3 came out. Psycho 4, Maniac Cop 2, Troll 2, and Anthony Perkins, a favorite of ours, was actually in 3 movies that year. Psycho 4, Daughter of Darkness, and I'm Dangerous Tonight.
Okay, then. Haven't seen any of those. I saw Psycho 4.
How did I not pick Troll 2?
You're just not funny enough.
I know, Jerry, gotta step a bit. Maybe next show, buddy.
Didn't Exorcist 3 come out that year? I'm sorry.
I didn't list every single one. I just did notable mentions. I probably should have told you guys every time a sequel to a big name franchise came out. I did do it a couple times, so you're not going to get every single one. So you might be right.
Yeah, but see, Exorcist 3 was good. That's the reason why I asked.
Yeah, now, do you think that movie is good by itself without that fucking infamous scene? I knew about that scene going in, and I still was fucking scared shitless and like totally thrown off by it.
I thought it was actually, I mean, as a standalone, I thought it was really good.
Right on. Hell yeah.
So I mean, even though it's one of my favorites still, you know, it's as a standalone movie, it was still awesome.
Hell yeah, man. Nice.
Well, that was 1990, guys. Now, let's take a trip to 1991. Let's see if horror got any better at this point.
Nope.
Okay, Kenneth, what are your 2 favorite movies from 1991 in the horror genre?
My absolute favorite for that year was People Under the Stairs.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I really, really digged People Under the Stairs, man. I mean, it was, I mean, you can't, this little kid goes into this house, you know what I'm saying, and it's all set up with booby traps with these 2 weird people. And then, you know, he's basically trying to help out, and, you know, he's having to go through these weird things and all the rest of this stuff. And then on top of that, you got the underlining, you know, this young black kid goes into his house and these white people are doing these things to people and he's trying to save the white girl. I mean, overall, it was just awesome all the way around.
Right. And also the guy's a werewolf.
Yeah. I mean, so, you know, the only thing that sucked is he still had both eyes in People Under the Stairs.
I know, right? It doesn't make any sense. Continuity. That's like Kylo Ren when his fucking scar moved. Yeah, I'm telling you.
But, you know, other than that, and then on top of it, I like the kid that was in it too. I can't remember the actor's name, but he was also, I remember he was also at the beginning of Michael Jackson's Bad video.
Oh, yeah, he was so hot, dude.
Yeah, and he was young Michael Jackson, and I thought that was great, you know?
Wasn't he in Mighty Ducks?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, but at that point, he was too old.
Yeah, you young Alex.
He couldn't have been in Alex Edwards' Mighty Fucks.
Right? Holy shit.
I thought you were going to get that opportunity to fucking bash me on me leaving Silver Bullet out of my top 10.
No, I was going to bash you on your lack of knowledge of midichlorian, knowing that it moves scars around faces. Everyone knows that, Dan. Read a fucking Star Wars
fuck
book.
your midichlorian and your fucking prequels, Jerry. God damn it.
Oh.
All right, so that was your first pick, Podcast Under the Stairs. And what is your second pick?
Dude, I'll be honest with you. I had a very difficult time finding another one from that year.
Yes, dude. Thank you for saying that, bro. This was so difficult for me. Yes, I agree.
Really?
Because even
This
right
year?
now, I'm looking through Wiki right now, and I'm trying to figure out one on the list, and I'm still having a really, really hard time.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
This year in particular was easy for me, but
Yeah.
Really? I'm with Kenneth. I had one, and then the other one I was like, I liked that movie, but I liked it even more after I heard the Skeleton Crew review of it, so I'm picking it.
I can't believe that Freddy's Dead is just not jumping out at you, Kenneth.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. As much as I love Freddy Krueger, you know what I'm saying? And I know that was a joke, but as much as I love Freddy Krueger, he never really hits any of my tops. Like, if you listen to our 80s show, he was not, I don't even think there was one Nightmare movie in my top.
that's awesome.
You're a good man.
I fucking love that.
And so I'm going to be honest.
What anyone says, you're a good
I'm going to
man.
be honest.
Yep.
So, you know.
Yeah, guys, like we said, this is a Kill the Cast type of show. That they did this format. Go check out their 80s show. They did this for the 80s, so check that out. And listen to how Freddy never makes it in Kenneth's list. Okay, well then we'll let you go through Wiki for a little bit, and maybe one of us will convince you of your second pick. So Dan Chase, what is your two top favorite movies of 1991?
Silence of the motherfucking Lambs, right? Because, all right, here's the thing. I'm such a fucking Hannibal fan. I don't know if you guys dig that TV show or whatever, one of my all-time favorites or whatever. But I love that movie just to reference the fucking TV show now. It's obviously a classic. I mean, what else do I really have to say about Silence of the Lambs? I know it's not like, it is what it is. Like, it's a great fucking, like you said about my other pick, Alex, it's not straight up horror, I get. Or would you say it is? I don't know. I don't know how you would classify it.
Okay, when it comes to thrillers, I give them a horror pass. If you pick a thriller,
right,
I give it a horror pass because 90% of thrillers are just, hey, let's do a detective movie, but we want to add more horror to it, but we want to be respectable.
Yep. Now, do you guys like that approach, though? Like, do you think it's, like, keeping it too, like, sanitized or whatever?
I really like cop stories and detective stories, and I like the darker ones.
Right.
So for me, I like thrillers just because of that.
Right.
Because this is Thriller.
The thing is, though, with that, they give Clarice such a cool little backstory and how it intersects with him that I think it really gets incorporated well. But I do know what you mean, though. Like, oh, yeah, let's just throw, like, a procedural, like, fucking cop kind of movie and then throw it in with horror. I don't generally like that. Actually, I kind of hate that. But I think this is the one movie that it really fucking works, and they hit it out of the park. So, Silence.
Oh, well, there's another movie from the 90s that they do it, and me and Kenneth will be tackling that soon.
Okay.
Well, guys, if you want to see great detective stories with horror elements, watch the last 4 Hellraiser movies. They were excellent, man. Hellraiser 5, 6, 7, and 8 are amazing.
I'm not even gonna. We're not even gonna get into that conversation, and it's not because I agree. It would be because I would be on the opposite spectrum of that.
Oh
of
my
what you just
God.
said.
Yeah, let's just move on, Kenneth.
Yeah, but so going back to what Dan was saying, I would have to, because now that I know for sure that we can pick movies that kind of teeter on whether they're in the horror spectrum or not, I'd probably have to say my second would be Silence of the Lambs too.
Nice. Yeah, because, like, dude, it's got a Buffalo Bill. I mean, this guy wears fucking people's skin. I mean, and it all comes down to how you classify quote-unquote horror movies, right? So, but I think that's pretty fucking horrific, if you ask me. Put the fucking lotion on the skin, Jerry.
I can't wait to wear Alex's skin.
I actually already am. My other one, though.
Not his foreskin, Dan. Jesus.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Alex, I thought you were cut. Never mind. Anyways, So my second one is actually my favorite performance of Robert De Niro, which is Cape Fear. You guys dig that movie at all?
Yes,
That was a really good movie.
Dude. Do you know the nerdcore rapper MC Chris?
Yes.
Okay, I for one of the episodes of Kill the Cast, I went to go see him, and I got to record him for one question, and I asked him what his favorite horror movie of all time was, and he said Cape Fear is the movie that scared him the most.
Yeah, dude, that's a fucking hell of a movie, bro. And that's another one that, like I said, teeters on, like, is that straight up horror? Yo, that fucking performance De Niro gives, get the fuck out of here, dude. Yo, that shit still scares me to this day. I absolutely love it. Scared. I'm fucking scared. So, yeah.
You're right. It is one of the best, like, revenge stalker films out there.
Yep.
That theater scene? Oh, fuck.
Oh, dude, yeah. All of it. And then the ending, too. Like, dude, I love it all.
Wait, what's the theater scene? Does he cut a hole at the bottom of the popcorn?
Exactly.
No, he wasn't going to the movies with his dad. Jeez.
I think it was creepiest to me when he comes up and like the side of his face is all fucked up.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that was just yeah. Ugh.
Wouldn't you agree though? Nobody talks about that movie. Like, or if they do, just people don't talk about it enough. I don't know.
But let's hear what Jerry wants to talk about. 1991.
Oh.
Alligator 2: The Mutation is my favorite movie from that year because I love creature features. I love D, and
love the D.
That too, just good ones.
How did you? Are you being serious right now? Alligator 2?
Yes, dude. I'm not kidding when I say the '90s was like the decade of creature features for me, and I love creature features, even bad ones. And Alligator 2, even though it's a huge step down from the first one, because Alligator made my top choice for 1980 because it is the best alligator crocodile movie out there. Period. It murders.
Who are you?
Yes.
What?
Dude, have you seen the original Alligator? This is why I need
never
Jamie here.
seen the original Alligator.
Jamie would agree with me. It is fucking awesome. Me and Kenneth did an episode of Kill the Cast on it because I wanted him to watch it with me. It is so fucking good. And Alligator 2 is a step down, but it's a lot of fun. And it's cheesy fun. And when I watch a creature feature, I want a movie that takes itself seriously, but it's so cheesy, it's funny. And that walks this line perfectly.
Yeah, we can just
fucking show.
We can just leave it at that. Just go watch. Just go listen to our episode on Alligator, and there you go. You got everything. you need to know.
Then if you go, man, that was really good. I wonder what a shitty version of this movie would be. Alligator 2. Damn, you're there. It's perfect.
Hey guys, dude. Kenneth, can I grab that scepter from you? Is there any way we can send Jerry to any other time but now?
Yeah, we can even have him here, but in like 3 hours from now.
Yeah, I just wanted. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Okay, Jerry, you just
damn that. We gotta do something fun.
There,
yeah, let's go back before Dan was born, and then knock his mom up, and then pay for the abortion, so that it ruins her marriage, and Dan never gets born.
I wanted to send him to the time of like Alexander the Great.
Yeah, see, Kenneth said something normal. Jesus, he's talking about fucking my mom, Jerry. Jesus Christ.
That's not normal. Have you seen the movie Alexander? That's not normal.
You're right, touche.
Kenneth, he's already here. Alexander the Great is sitting right next to you.
Yeah, exactly. Woo! What's up, dude?
Okay,
yeah, man.
Like, you can't be Alexander the Great and Al. That doesn't work.
Al from Married with Children podcast. Yeah, I don't think Alexander the Great's doing that.
So my runner-up though is Popcorn because it's just an interesting setup for a film. It's almost like, how could we update Phantom of the Opera with a new twist? And that's what happened. And you know, even Scream 2 kind of took from this movie a little bit with the whole theater thing. And I liked the movie, and then I heard the Skeleton Crew review of it, and I was like, man, this was actually a little bit more than I thought. And I went back and watched it, and I was like, this is just a really good film.
Got your dick hard, didn't it? Yep.
Yeah, mostly when Alex was talking, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So Popcorn was my runner-up.
Well, Jerry, just so you know, I was thinking of you while we did that review.
You didn't know me then.
It doesn't matter.
That's really weird.
Getting extra butter on your popcorn this time, Jerry.
Exactly.
Ooh, slick.
Good picks, guys. Yeah. Well, my 1991 picks, it's going to disgust people, but one of them is Silence of the Lambs. I go typical with that pick. You know, I guess you guys already got into why that's good and why that should be a top 2 pick in 1991, so I won't waste your time.
Alex, you gotta watch Hannibal, bro. Please watch Hannibal.
I have all 4 of the movies that they make, like Red Dragon or something, and
No, fuck up all that shit. Watch the show.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding.
Edward Norton in it. You shut the fuck up.
I'm kidding. I do. I love Red Dragon.
That's right.
I went and saw the Hannibal movie in the theater.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even like Hannibal. I love Red Dragon. If I were to rank them, it'd be Red Dragon, Silence of the Lambs, and Hannibal, and then that other piece of shit fucking prequel thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm exactly what Dan just said.
Yeah. The show does it masterfully, dude. They end it on the Red Dragon fucking story arc, and it's fucking perfect, dude. Anyways, I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, well, so that's the one pick. I can't say it's like a nostalgic favorite of mine, but every time I watch Silence of the Lambs, I really think it's great. So that's one, and the second pick is Trancers 2. A lot of people think that's the dumbest thing in the world, but it can't be any worse than Alligator 2, right?
Wait a minute. Dude, we gotta go back for a second. So this was like one of my first introductions to Alex when we first started talking years ago, dude. And Alex was like, "Hey, have you ever seen Trancers?" I was like, "I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, dude." No. So he had me watch. Well, I think it was the first one. Yeah,
first one.
The first Trancers, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" What the fuck is going on? So that was such a fucking crazy introduction to fucking Alex Edwards. It was hilarious.
Well, I must confess, I've never seen Trancers.
Neither have I.
I'll fill everybody in real quick. Trancers is a Full Moon production, which...
Oh, okay, you can stop.
All right.
Do not rag on Full Moon.
Yeah, people, when they hear Full Moon, their eyes roll so far in the back of their head they can see their brain. But in reality, Trancers is one of the rare good things that came out of there. I mean, there's some good things that came out of Full Moon, but Trancers, you have to watch all 3 of them. There's actually 6 of them. That's how...
Jesus.
Yeah, no, you guys don't even know it, and you think it's ridiculous, but somebody thought enough of it to make that many. And it stars this guy, Tim Thomerson. I know, there's like the same amount of Puppet Master, so that doesn't mean anything, right?
Right.
Tim Thomerson's like a comedian, 80s guy. And it's so sci-fi, horror, 80s cheese. It's amazing. Like, it's the cheesiest thing ever.
I was blown away, dude. Like, how crazy it was, yeah.
What you saw, kid, you have to watch part 2 and 3 to really... It'll all come together. You just can't watch 1 and leave it there. I know you're going to, but you really shouldn't. Like, you have to watch all 3, and it's really, really cool. And they're all on Blu-ray now. So I have all 3 Blu-rays, so that's my pick. Oh, yeah. Yep. Looks amazing, too. Big upgrade.
I'll watch them all.
I'll watch them, too. I'm interested to see how crazy you really are, Alex. So, yeah.
I dig Full Moon movies. I got all the Subspecies movies, and I've got all the Puppet Master movies.
Let's do a Trancers retrospective.
Oh, I'd be in heaven, dude.
Don't get him going.
All 4 of us come back together for that.
Oh, I would do that. Yeah, so guys, if you want to know what else was going on in 1991, there were movies like Freddy's Dead, Body Parts, Scanners 2, which I have Scanners 2 and 3 on Blu-ray because I think Scream Factory released it, but I never actually put them on. But I wonder if they're good. So,
doubt it.
That was 1991, guys. We're moving on to 1992. Let's see if things are boding well for horror in 1992. So, Kenneth, what are your 2 favorite 1992 horror films?
The absolute number 1 is The Lawnmower Man.
Oh, shit.
What about the Weed Whacker guy?
Yes, really. I love The Lawnmower Man. It's nostalgic to me.
It just got announced on Blu-ray, right?
Yeah.
By Scream Factory?
Yeah, I'm going to have it. But, it's nostalgic to me, man. Me and my dad watched it, and, a lot of my greatest memories were watching some of these badass movies with my parents. So Me and my dad watched it a lot, and I thought Jeff Fahey's performance in it was great as Job throughout the progression of Job being, mentally impaired to the point of where he's, so smart that he's absolutely nuts. And, I thought Pierce Brosnan's performance in it was good, but then again, I like Pierce Brosnan in just about everything he's in, including James Bond.
Yeah, man.
And so, I just thought it was an all-around good movie. And then even though the special effects are extremely dated, I thought at the same time somebody going into the internet, it kind of had like a Tron feel to it, and I love Tron. So, so that whole aspect of it, I thought was just amazing.
Well, I don't get how the Super Nintendo game had better graphics in the movie.
Dude, that's so weird. We broke out Super Nintendo last night at a fucking party all drunk. It was awesome. Kenneth, real quick, I got a question. Now, I've never seen The Lawnmower Man. Is Jeff Fahey The Lawnmower Man?
Yeah.
No, I love Jeff Fahey, dude. He's the fucking shit. I'll watch anything he's in.
Well, who's the guy who trims the shrubs?
That's Jose.
He does. Jose.
That's a racist, Jerry.
No, it's not. I'm in Mexican all the time.
That's true. Oh, yeah.
He's balls deep in Mexican. Yeah, he's good. He's allowed to make that joke.
He's good then.
She's so hot too.
We recently found that out in Cut to the Chase because someone informed us.
I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean?
Anyway, what was your runner-up, Kenneth?
He's trying to get out of this town.
Candyman.
Oh, no.
Candyman
Okay.
was my second one.
Candyman. Oh, dude, can I be a jerk?
How was that different than you just being yourself?
Is it just me, or does anybody remember the rant I had about that movie where, like, every fucking second of that movie has this redhead chick in it? Like, there's not a single... There's no breathing room between us and watching her. Like, she is in every single... It's obnoxious. Like,
I agree. How dare they show a woman all the time? I need more hard-bodied men with their shirts off constantly.
God. Thanks, Alex.
And more little black kids like Alex likes. Wait, is that the same kid, actually, for People Under the Stairs? He's in the Mighty Ducks, too.
The Mighty Fucks?
I don't know.
But anyhow, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just me riding on Clive Barker.
Ah, I'm sure he would enjoy that.
Yeah, I'm sure he would.
Candyman was popular. I remember going to see that in theater. I'm just kidding. Good pick, even though that girl is overwhelming to me. So, two good picks. Dan Chase, what are your two favorites from 1992?
Yes, so 1992 was basically the worst year. Like, I had a tough time picking. Like you said earlier, Kenneth, like the previous year was hard. This was like impossible for me. So these movies are my favorite by default. Pet Sematary 2, which I kind of like. It's whatever. It's okay. I'll watch it when it was on USA.
No, it's
back
good.
in the
With the big red.
Yeah. You got the furlong.
Yes, exactly.
He goes from Terminator 2 to Pet Sematary 2.
And then he goes from fucking Monica Keena.
Don't worry. I'm sure we'll hear more of Furlong from his best movie he was ever in. Coming up.
All right. Interesting. And the other one, dude, I had a tough time, but I also chose Candyman, but I don't even like that movie. It was just by default. I don't know. It's whatever.
Dude, how can you say that? They have... I mean, I don't want to give any answers away, but I mean, this is chock full of...
Like what? Give me some.
Hold on. Well, let's go through the reviews first and what else was coming out, and then we'll mock Dan Chase.
Okay, let's give it to me.
Yeah, once we give picks, then I'll list out all the movies that came out that year that you could have picked. Okay, so who's up? Jerry, what is your two favorite horror movies in 1992?
Alex, much like you, I am not a big zombie fan. I don't really care for zombie flicks, with the exception of Dead Alive.
I knew it was coming.
Because I kick ass for the Lord. Dead Alive is just funny. It's got a really, really hot Latina chick in it.
Yeah.
How she ended up in England, I don't really know, but that does happen because Reese lived in England for a long time. So
really,
yeah. So, but that movie's just hilarious. It is just fun from the get go. It's overly gory. It's
Is
just
that Peter
fun.
Jackson? No.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
Peter
Oh,
Jackson's like second forte into horror because didn't he do Bad Taste before this?
Uh-huh.
I think so.
And it's a really fun movie. It's also called Brain Dead.
Right.
That the original title is Brain Dead when it came over to America. It's Dead Alive, and everyone remembers the VHS cover with the lady opening her face and the skull underneath it, and the skull looks all gold and shit.
Yep.
And it's got that rat monkey thing from Taliki Liki, wherever the fuck it's from. It's
And you can't forget the best scene, man. Where you go
dinner table one.
The stroller
going hordes of zombies with a fucking push lawnmower, dude.
I thought you were talking about the zombie baby in the stroller because that shit's hilarious.
No, I was thinking about the lawnmower, dude.
That was good.
Are you still with the lawnmower, man?
Right?
Yeah,
We're on to the next pick, buddy.
My runner-up, with no surprise, is also Candyman.
Oh my god, what is it with you guys?
I actually think Candyman is really good. I actually get a little awkward when the bees start coming out of his mouth. It's just fucking. I just think about bees in my mouth and.
How about when the D's starts coming out of his mouth?
Yeah, bitch. Early 90s too, Jerry.
Well, Jerry's reminded of all those little things moving around in his mouth.
Come on, Kenneth. You're not that little.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about every time you swallow.
Actually, I don't swallow. I let it drool out and onto my chest.
You know how we know that Kenneth has a good sperm count? Because Jerry has to chew before he swallows.
Oh my god.
All right, guys. So.
Oh, yo, we're all podcasting embarrassments. I want y'all to know that.
Fucking crying.
So now that I
Alex,
bashed all... What did I do what?
What did you pick? Because now I want to hear what you think is so great from this year.
Right, because I am bashing all this Candyman shit, right? So I must come up with something epic, right? Well, guess what?
First one is Candyman.
Yeah, okay, Candyman's number one. No. I have two picks that blow Candyman out of the water, boy. Number one, Bram Stoker's Dracula, bitch.
See? Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
I understand that it was not Keanu Reeves' greatest acting performance, but all the rest of that shit, man, come on, dude. That was amazing.
Yeah, that movie is a fucking mess. Visually, it's amazing, but that movie is a mess.
Agreed.
Kenneth chose that for one of the shows we did.
I know, I heard it.
Oh, visually it's a fun movie, but that movie, like whoever wrote that fucking thing was on more drugs than Dan Chase in 2013.
Impossible.
14 actually, sir.
Impossible.
Was it 2014?
Yeah.
Whatever, it all blends together. Who cares? Well, Dracula was good though, and Gary Oldman, correct?
Yeah, Gary Oldman.
Okay. Terrific performance, by the way. Dude, Gary Oldman, are you kidding me? Sorry, good.
I'm telling you.
But dude, okay, I was gonna pick that. I haven't seen that movie probably since the late 90s, so I felt like I was a fucking poser like Jerry or something trying to fucking, say, oh yeah, I saw, like, Dracula's the best movie. I haven't seen it in years. I do remember it being very, I'm trying to think of the word, but I think Jerry said it best. Like, it came off like, what am I watching? I did like his performance, and then you throw Keanu Reeves in there. Dude, put Keanu Reeves in anything, and it throws me right off. And I just, all I see is
Don't say that,
fucking,
dude. Point Break, man. Come on.
Point Break's fucking in a league of its own, dude. But
I've never seen Point Break.
What?
I just wanted to tell you all that.
Get the fuck off my show, dude.
Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
Dan, I like how you were like, Jerry's a poser, but I agree with everything he just said.
Jerry, I'm getting there. I'm trying to be like you, bro.
When it comes to action movies, there is nothing that you two guys can say to Jerry that I or Jay have not said.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe you, Kenneth. You're a good ambassador.
Yeah, that's a new podcast right there. Jerry's Action Intervention.
Yeah, right.
We really should do that too.
Don't you like Godzilla or King Kong or one of those fucking stupid things?
I happen to enjoy a little Godzilla every day of my life.
Now, did you see the
No ragging on Godzilla. No ragging on Godzilla.
No, we're not ragging on Godzilla. I'm just trying to fucking get a range here for Jerry's fucking liking of shitty movies.
What about Mecha Godzilla?
Yeah, right.
I like Mechagodzilla.
The next pick, and this, again, I feel, is better than Candyman. And it's undebatable. Or indebatable. What's the word? I don't know. It is Alien 3.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Are you serious?
Oh, Alex, get the fuck off your own show.
No.
I actually did not hate Alien 3.
And the first time I saw it, I did not like it. And then when I saw the redone version, I was like, okay, this is a little better. But even then...
3 is not known as a bad movie.
Not known as a bad movie? Wait, hold on. Where is it? Let me check the reviews on fucking every internet site ever.
What?
Alex, why do you like it?
I don't know. I'm just on an Alien kick now, so I really enjoy all of them.
We mentioned this before, I think, Alex, but that was David Fincher's directorial debut, was it not?
I don't know things like that.
Anybody? Bueller? That was Fincher's first movie, wasn't it?
I think. Give me a second. I think so.
Dude, Fincher is one of my favorite directors, though, so I'll give you that one. I won't give you shit for that one, anyways.
Thank you. A lot of things that were going on that year. There's a couple I thought that you guys would pick. Wait, is this the year where I said there's plenty to pick? Or
Yes.
Was that the last
Yes.
year? Okay.
Was
No,
this
you
the
said
year
this year.
Monica Lewinsky blew Clinton?
Monica Blue Klinsky.
Yeah, Klinsky, exactly.
She blew him in 92?
I don't know. I'm asking you. I don't know. I forget. I know the stain's still probably there, though.
The movies that came out that year in 1992, along with what we mentioned already, is Hellraiser 3, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Army of Darkness, Bruce Campbell. I mean, even that, bare minimum, I thought you guys would go to before.
I don't know how I missed Army of Darkness. I probably would have picked that as my number one. I don't
No,
know
you
how I
can't
missed
do that, Jerry. You already made your list. You can't do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just can't believe you guys said this stuff. Now, this is a big year for 1992 is a big Part 4 year in horror, apparently. You got House 4, Prom Night 4, Witchcraft 4, Critters 4, and I don't know if you guys ever even heard of this movie, Shake, Rattle, and Roll 4. Like, there are
What?
4 of these things. Like, what is the first one about?
Well, the first one was Shake. The second one was Shake, Rattle. The third one was Shake, Rattle, and Roar. And the fourth one, they just didn't have anything else to add on.
Yeah, I gotta watch Shake, Rattle, and Roll now, because...
I know. I'm intrigued, to say the least. But, dude, can I say something, though? Jerry, I know you said you like Army of Darkness. Dude, I don't like that movie at all. I said it on our show.
You're allowed to be wrong.
We'll get to 1996 later, Jerry.
About you being wrong in 96 also? It's okay.
Another movie that came out in 92 that I found intriguing was Hellmaster, like Hellraiser. Like, it literally, it seems like they started ripping off Hellraiser, and by the same year they made Hellraiser 3. These guys were already trying to, jump on that.
Was it directed by Bruno Mattei?
I have no idea. So, yeah, that's 1992, guys. Those are our picks. All right, let's move on to 1993. Kenneth, what are your 2 favorite horror movies of 1993?
Warlock, The Armageddon.
Oh, shit. Dude, I've never seen any of those movies.
I mean, it's one of those, man, where I love the first one so much that when I got to the second one, yeah, there were little differences that made it not as good. The storyline I enjoyed, but there was so much gore in the second one that kind of took away from the feel of the first one. But it was still good. It just had a different, it definitely had a different overall ambiance. And but it was still a really good movie, and I watched it more that year than pretty much any of the other ones, just because of how much of a fan I was of the first one. So that was probably my favorite of that year.
What's it called again?
Warlock 2, The Armageddon.
Warlock 2. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Blu-ray incoming from Vestron.
Wow.
Right. And then my second was the Tommy Knockers.
Tommy Knockers. Nice.
Yeah.
That movie's sketchy, dude. That movie's scary. I forgot about that shit. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very, very odd one. I saw it on TV, watched it a lot when it was on TV. And, so that would probably be my second and it was I enjoyed it, enjoyed both of them. But there were still some other really cool ones that came out that year. So, but those were my two.
Wow, nice. All right, Dan Chase, what are your two favorite from '93?
Yo, so check this out. I'm probably gonna get a lot of fucking hate for this, or at least get ragged on, probably by Jerry. Dude, Hocus fucking Pocus, dude. I don't care. Horror movie, whatever. It's all about Halloween. I don't need to fucking. I don't even feel like I need to defend Hocus Pocus because it's probably.
I 100% support Dan Chase and his decision. Hocus Pocus is fucking great.
It's such a good movie, man. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody on this fucking show, and everybody listening for that matter, watches Hocus Pocus around Halloween. Dude, it doesn't feel like it's fully Halloween unless you hit that, you hit Halloween, you hit all the essential ones. So,
plus it's like the only movie where Sarah actually looks hot.
Right.
I totally agree. And I agree with Dan on that.
PG horror movie that's fucking timeless, right?
Yeah. Oh, the guy who did the voice for the cat actually lives in Nashville, and I know someone who knows him, and I'm trying to
jerk him off,
get in contact with him to jerk him off.
Nice, dude.
I actually made a reference to Hocus Pocus yesterday to my my baby mama. I told her I wanted a gun safe for Father's Day, and she said, "What are you gonna? Well, don't you got a cabinet?" She was like, "What are you gonna do with a gun cabinet?" And I said, "I'm gonna bury you in it, and then so that way you can hope that a virgin will light the black flame candle."
Nice, dude. A gun rack.
What am I gonna do with a gun rack?
Exactly. Okay, so yeah, Hocus Pocus, man, I love it. Second pick is this is tough because it's once again borderline horror movie, but this movie was an essential part of my horror movie viewing experience.
I know what you're gonna say.
Well, yeah, you do. That little fucking bastard Macaulay Culkin, dude.
Yep, the good. Don't fuck with me, Dan. The Good Son.
Exactly, dude. Yo, The Good Son is a fucking yes. Yep.
The Good Son fucked me up as a kid when that ending, and I was just like, my mom would choose me, right?
Right.
Come on now.
And you know what's funny too? I mean, I know Macaulay Culkin, yeah, we could make jokes about him forever. That was a great role that he was in. And dude, can we just fucking take him? We're talking about Peter Jackson earlier. Yo, Elijah Wood has fucking spit nothing but hot fire, dude, since day one. And this is pretty much day one, right? I mean, this is pretty much as far back as it goes, right? And since then, he's just fucking done amazing work, dude. So yeah.
Yeah, dude, he did The Faculty.
Yeah, he's fucking done everything. Photopack.
At that time period with Macaulay Culkin, the same thing, going from what he had been in to that was such a great turn in his career, even though his career didn't go too terribly far.
Yeah, I think that killed his career, actually.
Actually, no, have you heard the shit that happened, behind the scenes? He was not supposed to be in that movie, but his dad was, told the studio, if you do not put him in this movie, he will not do Home Alone 2.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Go listen to one of the newest episodes of Slice and Dice Dreadcast, and because they go into the Good Son, and they talk about all this background shit on it, and I had to go look it up because it was so just messed up that Macaulay's dad was just he strong-armed him into that role. He constantly was starting shit on the set. It was crazy.
Wow.
Really?
No shit. Buzz's girlfriend. Woof.
Wow, great picks, Dan. Very good picks.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jerry, you're up now, so tell us, 1993, what are your picks?
Carnosaur is my favorite movie from 1993 because people get a fever and then they give birth to dinosaurs. Let that sink in for a second.
Cut him off, Alex.
It is...
That movie's great.
Fucking Carnosaur is so fucking fun, and it's a terrible dinosaur movie, especially in comparison to Jurassic Park that also came out.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's...
wow. It is so fun. She's impregnating people with fucking raptors.
It's so good. So good.
Oh my God.
It's so stupid. It's amazing.
I knew, as soon as Dan was like, people might give me shit, and I'm like, oh, no, Dan, I'll save you, buddy.
Jesus.
You have no idea what's coming. So, Carnosaur, if you haven't seen that movie and you want to watch just a fucking movie that looks like it was made for I mean, it's a Roger Corman movie, for fuck's sake.
Okay.
Like, and it's a 90s Roger Corman. It's way, way past anything. The movies Roger did in the 90s were like, who the fuck made these decisions?
Yeah. Now, don't they put all of those, like, don't they marathon all of those movies on Sci-Fi? Like, that's like, it was born to be on Sci-Fi, right?
Oh, dude, Carnosaur would fit in so well with the whole, because that's what Roger Corman started doing in the 2000s, is making them for Sci-Fi.
Right,
with like Sharktopus and shit.
Sharktopus.
Carnosaur is fantastic. My runner-up is a Stephen King movie. It's The Dark Half. I had this on VHS when I was a kid, and I watched it, and I had no idea what the fuck I was watching.
Who's in it?
Oh fuck, dude. What's his name? I really don't know.
Timothy Hutton? No.
Yeah, Timothy Hutton.
Timothy Hutton. So, Jerry, this is huge. So it was Okay, go on. Actually, go on. Continue.
I was about to say it's very close to a Dan Chase favorite, Secret Window.
Yes.
A writer's alter ego kind of takes over his life, and it is a great movie. It's extremely deep. I would actually probably say I enjoy Secret Window more, but the Dark Half, is just a really, when you watch it, it perfectly encapsulates that end of the 80s, beginning of the 90s feel. It almost looks like it should have been made in 91.
So it was shit?
No, I didn't say it was Dan Chase. I said it was just, a little early 90s. But that's my pick. If you want a deeper Stephen King movie, it's really good. I love when Stephen King goes into alter egos.
Dude, and Timothy Hutton's in Secret Window as well. Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm glad you picked that, man, because, I do appreciate that because I love Secret Window so much. I obviously prefer Secret Window, but, dude, nice one.
Y'all ever pay attention to how often Stephen King's stories relate to a writer going through some fucked up shit?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's almost like he's a writer who goes through fucked up shit.
I mean, it's crazy, man.
Meta.
Yeah.
Meta. Yeah. Good picks. I don't know them.
Meta, don't you know?
It interests me greatly to watch a woman give birth to a Tyrannosaurus Rex. So,
Alex, I'm interested in your picks.
They're not, dude. None of my picks are gonna blow you away. For 1993, my two picks. One of them is Return of the Living Dead Part 3.
Okay.
I liked it. It's nothing like the original Return of the Living Dead. I like it. It's a fun movie. It's bizarre. There's some weird imagery in there, so it's cool. It has a cool tone to it. And plus, there really isn't that much going on in 93 to me.
That's what I'm saying.
I've got Return of the Living Dead in my honorable mentions, so.
Yeah.
The second pick for me is Jeffrey Dahmer. There was there's many, I'm sure, Jeffrey Dahmer movies, but I believe...
I've jacked off to them all.
There's just something, knowing it's real and the way they shot it and the lighting is very, non-Hollywoodish. It's very realistic and gross. And
I've never seen it.
Yeah, it makes you want to take a shower when you're done watching it. With Jeffrey Dahmer, but...
I can't believe Dan's never seen this as much as him and Dahmer have so much in common.
Huh, really? What's that, Jerry? We want to fucking take little boys back to a fucking thing like Jerry and kill them?
Whoa.
They both eat men's genitals.
Yeah, I was going to go with that. He picks up... Because I feel like Dan definitely goes down to the harbor, picks up some young Mexican lad, takes him home, chloroforms him.
Yep.
Puts a grease fist up his ass.
And where Cape Cod is, at the very tip in Provincetown, Massachusetts.
It's just the tip, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, dude, believe me, the gay jokes will fucking be nonstop. Provincetown, Massachusetts is literally like a gay community, nothing but. And there's a place called on Main Street called Dick Dock. You'd like it, Jerry. I'll take you there sometime. And a bunch of fucking...
I'm gonna go there with Dan. I'm gonna walk in the door, and it's gonna be like when Peggy walks into Troy's.
Oh shit!
Everyone's gonna be like, "What's up, Dan? Big Daddy Dick Dan."
Just the regular guys.
Big Daddy
are we on the
90?
Yeah, we have 94 yet. Okay, guys. The other shit that came out in 1993 was Leprechaun Lass. That was the big one for 93. Doll Man vs. Demonic Toys. That's Tim Thomerson, the guy from Trancers. He's Doll Man. Jason Goes to Hell. That infuriated many people. Body Bags from John Carpenter. I thought one of Dan's picks would be Fire in the Sky. That shocked me that you didn't pick that.
Yeah, you know what?
Oh, fuck, I can't believe I looked over that.
It almost made mine, but it got beat by Carnosaur.
Fire in the Sky was so good.
It was. Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, when he comes in that guy's eye, that was so hot.
Oh, I loved it, dude. Yeah, that movie is legit creepy, though. That's another one where I saw it on TV, and much like The Good Son, and like Jerry said too, fucked me up as a kid, man. That fucking scene, dude. Holy shit, man. That end scene when he gets fucking taken up, obviously, by the alien. Really creepy, dude. And I don't think, okay, would you guys say that aliens have been done that creepy since then? Right?
From a standpoint of getting away from the extreme sci-fi horror like Alien and stuff like that and getting into something as close to reality, no, I don't.
Right.
That movie, see, but for me, it's deeper than that because I watched the documentary on the guy that supposedly had been abducted from that story. And dude, you watch that shit. And I guarantee you, once you get done with the movie and the documentary, you will solely believe that there are aliens and that guy really got probed.
That's right, because that was the big selling point for that movie. It was a true story, right? That's when people actually believed it. Because 2 years Blair Witch came out, right? That's when people really believed that shit. So that's crazy that's really a true story. No shit.
Yeah, and Kenneth and I, we have a big thing about when we watch movies. We really like to put ourselves in that position. Of like the main character that
like anal probing, Jerry.
Yeah, we tested it out and everything, but we put ourselves in that position because sometimes a movie can be way better, way creepier when you really think about what if you were in that position. What if you were being taken by aliens, and you were in the sack like thing and you crawled out and you're in a weird fucking alien shit. It's really creepy. It's one of the one of the reasons Kenneth likes Open Water, even though that movie sucks.
Oh, I like Open Water, but yeah,
the first half is a weird Brazilian porno,
right?
And then it's
what's wrong with interjecting yourself into that?
Yeah, really.
Because I'm not interjecting myself into a Brazilian woman.
I would love to.
Me too. Wow, you're a loser, Jerry.
Hey, listen, Open for what it is, dude, that ending is fucking pretty badass, dude. And then they did the second one, and then they survived. It's like, well, what the...
Yeah, the second one had no point to it. But Jerry's right. We try to, when we watch movies, man, we try to make it as visceral as possible, as much as you can mentally engulf yourself into that movie. And that's the reason. And then on top of that, knowing that movie, is based off of true events, quote unquote, God, I mean, it's fucking amazing. Fire in the Sky was awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
I like how Kenneth just took everything I said, but just said it way smarter. This is why he's the Jamie of our show.
Nice.
Well, the final movie to come out that year was Psycho Cop 2, and that is obviously, there must be a ripoff of Maniac Cop. If anybody knows the Psycho Cop movies, please tell me if that's a ripoff.
Oh no, it's Norman Bates as he redoes his life as a police officer. It's really good.
he gets out of the institution and they give him a job as a police officer.
Yeah, they were like, we heard you on that radio show, man. You should really come help protect our streets from mothers and prostitutes.
They give him a badge. Off at the door for reporting.
Yeah, off at the door for reporting for 30.
Sorry.
1994, guys. Favorite top 2 horror movies of 1994, Kenneth.
All right, this year was actually kind of difficult because there's a lot to choose from, in my opinion. But Brain Scan has to be my top.
Yes, sir.
I love Brain Scan.
The best Furlong.
It's not Shake, Rattle, and Roll 5?
No, not at all.
Okay.
But Brain Scan was great, man. I mean, I liked it was a metal movie. I really enjoyed that. That appealed to me because I'm a metalhead. So it was a metal movie. The whole premise behind it, it was like the beginning of video games and horror together and what it can do to fuck you up and shit like that. It was just really good. I enjoyed it, and then I thought it was probably next to T2, and Jerry would disagree with me with that, but I think it's Edward Furlong's best movie next to T2.
Really?
Yeah, in my opinion.
Can't stand on the grounds that Brain Scan pisses on.
And then my second was In the Mouth of Madness.
Oh, they're going to say In the Mouth of Jerry.
In the Mouth of Jerry Herring.
We just discovered our next porno.
That was just a red herring.
Yeah, how ironic is it that Jerry has red hair and his last name is Herring?
I only have red hair in my beard. That's it.
Oh, okay. So you're not a true red herring.
I'm actually naturally blonde.
Are you really?
Yeah, my eyebrows are like white. You can barely see them.
That should explain so much.
Yeah, it does. It really does. It really does.
Oh. So your runner-up was what?
In the Mouth of Madness.
That was a great film. I mean, one of my favorite parts of In the Mouth of Madness is where he discovers that the different covers from the books is like a map to go into the gates to where the end begins. I thought that was really, really cool. Mm-hmm. So I mean, the whole thing. I mean, to me, it was like it was kind of like a detective story that just ends very badly.
Right.
And so I really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
Wow, nice picks. Dan motherfucker Chase, 1994.
Well, speaking of Edward Furlong, not Edward Furlong, though. The Crow, man. The fucking Crow. Remember, he was the Crow in, number 4, dude.
Yeah, 4.
I don't even want to acknowledge that movie exists.
Oh, dude, it was so great. Oh, it was fucking horrible. I saw it on Sci-Fi one day. Dude, all the fucking weed in the world, dude, couldn't even make that movie funny or enjoyable on any level, dude. I tried. And this was during the peak of us ragging on Furlong, because I think we were talking about Monarchy.
Yeah, that's what I watched. I watched it 3 times that year just to try to get into it. I just couldn't do it. I'm done, man.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah, I tried as well, and I just, like I said, couldn't do it. But yeah, no, obviously The Crow. That was a big story. That was one of the first movie-related stories I remember hearing. Obviously with the whole gun situation and Brandon Lee. So, and then obviously him being the son of Bruce Lee, which was obviously a story in itself. But that was kind of I was intrigued by it. Just by that. And then I think it's a great movie. It's fucking dark as fuck. It's very sad, but
it's so 90s, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, it screams 90s. Yeah, that whole crew, dude, with their fucking trench coats and shit. It's fucking.
Dude, what about the main guy, dude? Jeffrey Rush, killing it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's good.
I got a question. And Alex, I got to ask you this since you're the expert. Would Michael J. love Crow 4?
He'd give it a 10 out of 10. It doesn't matter. He was in Pet Sematary 2. It's a 10 out of 10.
Right. How we rate things, yeah.
When it really comes down to it, The Crow is probably one of my favorite movies of all time. But I have been into debate, I think, with Jerry and other people about whether it's a horror movie or not.
Okay.
And so that was the reason why I didn't choose it for this, because to me, in my eyes, it's more of an action movie to me. But, that's pretty much as far as I can say, because if I really got into it, I could sit here and I would be willing to bet that me and Dan could talk the rest of the time of this podcast just about that movie.
It's simple, Kenneth. Goth makeup equals fucking greatness, it's a horror movie. He wears goth makeup. That's what it is.
I actually have every one of the comic books, and I have met James O'Barr.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm a huge Crow fan.
And plus, we're really big WCW Sting fans, so we love this movie.
That shit pissed me off. And then if you and Jerry can remember, in my apartment that I used to have actually, I think it was either 2 or 3 Crow posters up on the wall in the midst of all the other ones that were up there. So I was a huge fan.
You see a big Crow poster, and then right next to it, you see a Tupac poster.
Yeah, I love Tupac.
Yeah, that's right. I shanked a pink ass.
No, but you know what's weird though? Growing up, my older brother had that same Crow poster. That's the black one. It's fucking awesome, man.
Yep.
Do you have any younger siblings, Dan?
I do not, sir.
I figured as much.
Why is that? Oh, wait, why is it?
Why? Because his mother stopped
Are you
after
looking
him?
to make fun of me on the whole fucking show, Jerry?
Well, it kept going downhill. She figured a third one would probably just come out.
Oh, yeah, she knew better. She had the abortion and she couldn't get it, and she's like, never again. Anyways,
honey, let's have another kid. She's like, have you seen our last one?
We can't have another kid. It'll come out even worse. What?
That's fucked up. What did I ever do to you, bro? It's fucked up.
You fucking breathed in my direction.
Touche. I'll give you that, actually. So yeah, speaking of nightmares, fucking New Nightmare, dude. Yeah.
Oh, are you serious? I thought you hated that movie.
What? We're not talking about Freddy's dead, bro.
I wish Freddy was dead.
No, wait, does anybody else have this on their fucking list? No?
Fuck no.
I've got it as one of my honorable mentions.
Dude, wait a minute. You said fuck no? Why? You don't like that movie?
No, I don't like any Nightmare on Elm Street movie. They all suck.
Okay, we already talked about this. I thought that was kind of... dude, really? Okay, but okay, so out of all of them, does this one rank at least in the top fucking 3?
For me, it does.
See?
I'd probably have to say my favorites of the Nightmare movies was probably the 1, 3, and New Nightmare. Those are probably my 3 favorites.
Mine was,
this
the
was
end credits, the end credits, and the end credits.
And the biggest thing that I liked about Part 2, even though I don't think Part 2 is as much of a shitty movie as everybody thinks it is, my favorite thing about Part 2 is I think Freddy Krueger looked the creepiest in Part 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
I think he looked the sexiest when he was in that dude.
Of course, you would say that.
Well,
Yeah,
when
you
he
would
was
say
in that, he was in that dude. It was really sexy.
It's true.
Dan, I liked this movie until we did a review on it. And when I looked too deep into it, it was just like, I don't know, man. You know how it is. Like, you like something, then all of a sudden... Just like, remember what happened to us when we reviewed Pet Sematary and we saw how fucked up it really is?
Or Psycho 4.
That's the reason why it sucks listening to the Skeleton Crew sometimes, because my opinions on certain movies have changed based on y'all's episodes.
Nice.
Dude, I don't know how it happens, man. Like, sometimes we'll see something in our reviewing eyes that we just never saw before, and it like fucking kills some things, man. Yeah, it killed Psycho 4, it killed Pet Sematary, but I still like Pet Sematary, but I don't like Psycho 4 anymore. Yeah, this happens sometimes, but yeah, it happened, dude, with this movie too. This New Nightmare, like it. I guess when you watch it and just kick back and have a good time, yeah, it's probably good. But if you look into it, oh shit, man.
Well, and it was Craven's, I would say, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but his first attempt at the whole fucking meta thing, right? Right before Scream, obviously. So, and I enjoyed it though. Here's the thing. I always like that shit though. Like I always like, how it started. Like, oh no, we're just in a movie. Kind of like Scream thing or whatever. But like, I don't know. I think the concept alone is fucking great. And do I think it's the greatest movie? No. I mean, we're picking best horror movies. I'd pick a million movies fucking from this year probably over this one. But in terms of horror movies and in terms of this year, yeah, this is it. Like I said, I don't think it's a great movie, but like you said, dude, when you kick back and watch this, like it's on a lot around Halloween time on TV. I noticed. And I always watch it, and I always dig it. But, yeah, it's not like a fucking crazy good film. But I did like the concept.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good pick. It's just that if you look way too into it, might change your mind.
Yeah, I'm not that smart, bro.
Dude, if you look into anything I picked so far, you'd change your mind.
Yeah, like his choice in co-host with Dan.
Oh.
Wow.
Stings, Jerry. Fucking stings.
Actually, Dan is the best decision I ever made in my life. Thank you.
Oh, motherfucker! Yes, suck it.
All right,
Jerry.
hold on. Let me message Tiffany that real quick.
Oh, Tiffany's down.
She's the runner up.
I'm telling her right now.
Motorcycle is not the best decision you ever made.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Don't forget about the bike, man.
Did this show just become things Alex rides? I'm telling Tiffany right now to sleep on whatever side of the bed she wants.
She won't need sleeping pills to go to sleep anymore.
Exactly.
Oh my god! All right,
if you
Jerry.
don't get that joke, Married with Children podcast.
Okay, Jerry. Since you decided to chime in here, why don't you tell us? Why don't you be constructive?
Motherfucker, yeah.
Okay. Brain Scan.
Ooh, Brain Scan. Is that Eddie Furlong?
Yes, it's his best movie.
I feel like we just talked about this.
I had never seen the movie until Kenneth said, hey, I really want us to do brain scan for the podcast. Now, at the time, I was severely sick and on a lot of medication. And I watched it and we recorded the episode and I coughed throughout the whole thing and ruined our entire episode. But I also was so
You ruin every episode.
I was so loopy from drugs. I had a whole spiel about how the brain scan universe takes place in the same universe as Phantasm. And this was just another way for the tall man to fuck with people for fun when he gets bored, like he admits to doing in later movies.
Oh, dude, it was great.
And, like, it made no sense whatsoever, but I was just, like, I had taken so much NyQuil for the past couple of days. I was just so loopy throughout that whole episode.
You're not on medication, you're not on NyQuil, and you're not coughing, so what's your excuse for ruining this episode?
Oh,
Damn.
Burn, bitch. Burn, motherfucker. Burn.
Well, okay, it's two reasons. One, despite Dan, and two, something involves me and it doesn't end in disappointment, then did you really get the real me?
I know, yeah, right? But that's
like,
very true.
Dan calls me a poser, but Dan, do I ever promise you anything but disappointment?
You know what, Jerry? You're right. You do set the bar pretty low.
I set the bar so low that I don't have a joke for that.
Attaboy. Dynamite dropping, Monty. Good to see the broadcasting school's paying off.
He likes to keep his standards low. This way he's never disappointed.
I am the disappointment. People need mouthwash after this show. My runner-up is Phantasm 3, which I think is the second best Phantasm movie.
Insert crickets.
No, that was in my honorable mentions, too.
But yeah, Phantasm 3 was a lot of fun. The black chick was badass. Reggie is a good time. They bring back the original kid. It's Phantasm 3, I think, is the second best out of the series. So I chose Phantasm 3.
Nice. All right. My picks for 1994 are The Crow.
Nice.
I love The Crow, man.
I knew you were going to pick that.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I've seen that movie like 30 times, minimally. Just great. Great tone, so 90s, and we've talked about it. I love every single character. Even the guy, we didn't mention the one guy. Oh, by the way, the guy who killed Brandon Lee died like last year or the year before.
Oh, really?
And that is the guy, who is he? I think he's the one who was banging.
He was the dude that was in the bed and was banging the chick that worked at the bar, the girl's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one that shot him.
And the way that happened, guys, if you don't know, the bullet got like caught somewhere and it sort of like propelled out. It's supposed to be a blank, but the metal itself just like flew at him or something like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So he was that guy never recovered from that, actually.
Fuck you, bird dick.
So the next one, which nobody will ever say, but
Francis 4.
Leprechaun 3. Wait, what are we picking?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4, The Next Generation.
Yeah.
Hold up.
I'm a big Ethan Embry fan. I'm sorry.
He's in that?
Yeah.
He played Matthew McConaughey's jawline.
He got paid per diem. Oh, man.
No, I'm totally kidding. It's Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I know that you
that
guys...
was my third runner-up, dude.
Yes!
That movie is so good.
I actually expected Kenneth to pick The Crow and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kenneth Branagh was awesome in that.
Yeah, Robert De Niro is pretty good too. He's no Karloff, but it's just a really good movie, and it gets so fucking dark and creepy. Like, the whole third act is insanely dark. And it's really, like, man, it like, every time I watch, it just, like, floors me.
Is it as dark as Alien vs. Predator Requiem?
No, that's dark in a different way. This is so dark and cool, and the way they even like made Frankenstein, like the way they made the monster, was so elaborate and so thought out, and it's like, yeah, if you're gonna do a remake, guys, that's how you do it. You don't just put them on a fucking table again and send them up to the roof. Like, you gotta do something different, and they did, man, and it just was so cool. It's so thought out, even to the point where they put the fucking Frankenstein body in
embalming. The placenta fluid.
Yeah, placenta fluid. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a fucking scene where they're sliding all over the floor, dude. It's so funny.
Oh. Well, my favorite thing about that movie is how deep Kenneth Branagh got into the Victor Frankenstein character. That to me is what made that movie, because it's that whole downward spiral that he went as he was getting deeper and deeper into his obsession with it,
right?
Which I thought was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Did he get deep in the placenta also?
Yeah, all up in there, like
all up, sliding all over the floor in his leather pants.
Oh, dude, I hate that placenta.
Hey, Dan, do you think that they use the placenta juice like sriracha and just put it on their food?
Dude.
So gross. But you should have seen him sliding on the floor with a nude man in placenta fluid. It was really hot.
I literally just gagged. Stop it right now. Let's move on. 1995 or whatever.
Yeah, so that's 94. Guys, the other movies that came out in 1994, if you want to know what was going around during that time, was Wolf. That's sort of like a Wolfman remake, but not really. It's Jack Nicholson, James Spader, and Michelle Pfeiffer.
We didn't have enough romance in the first Wolfman. Let's really kick that up.
The Joker and Catwoman.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
I like it.
Wolf was good.
And you got Leprechaun 2.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You got The Stand from Stephen King. Interview with the Vampire, which I thought somebody would pick. I thought Jerry would pick that.
No,
You seem like you're into that shit.
No,
you more than likely would have got Interview with the Vampire out of me more than anybody else.
Okay.
I don't like vampires that much, unless it's about like hardcore killing them, like Castlevania. But I do love Christian Slater, especially in the 90s. One of my favorite
huge Anne Rice fan, so.
Right. Isn't Interview Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise?
Yeah, why are you saying Christian Slater?
Is he in it too?
Christian Slater is the guy who interviews him.
Oh,
he was also.
Shit.
Yeah.
He was also.
I thought you were making a joke.
Right? He was also in, what was it? Prince of Thieves. He was fucking great in around
No joke. If you've never seen Christian Slater, it's not a horror movie, but his movie Pump Up the Volume.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that movie is fantastic, especially, like, for people like us who do podcasting. It's literally, like, what we do.
I agree. Christian Slater's the shit, dude.
And then that was also Kirsten Dunst's really big debut of her into her career.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Okay, so say what you want about Brad Pitt. I think he's kind of, done his thing or whatever. Still to this day, though, people rag on Tom Cruise. I love Tom Cruise in this fucking role, dude. Like, I
thought he was perfect.
He was good, right? Like, probably one of my favorites, actually.
Have you read any of the books, though?
I don't read, bro, no.
That's what I thought.
But just read the label on the prescription bottle.
I don't even do that.
To make sure we're doing the right shit. Oh no, you're right.
In the books, Lestat is an arrogant asshole, and Tom Cruise was perfect for being an arrogant asshole.
True.
I mean, and that's what made him good in the role. I think they should have just left Queen of the Damned alone, the movie that was supposed to be the sequel to it, because it was fucking terrible. But
the soundtrack was good.
Yeah, that was the best thing about the movie.
Jonathan Davis, bitch.
We're cold, we're so cold.
It was difficult for me not to pick Interview with the Vampire for this year, but I had my other two that were my favorites. But I think Tom Cruise was great, and I like Brad Pitt anyway.
I like how Alex, the first song he starts singing is the one with the dead lead singer.
Yeah.
Hey man, that's how I roll. That's how I shake, rattle, and roll. Part 5.
Did anybody actually believe that voice was coming out of that dude, like Jonathan Davis's voice? That was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I think they should have stuck with Chester Bennington and used his voice instead of Jonathan Davis, because Chester Bennington's voice worked so much better for his song on the soundtrack.
Yep.
But it is one of those movies that has like a better soundtrack than the movie.
Yeah.
Like there's only a couple that have done that. The other one, like. The movie was good, but the soundtrack is almost a little better. Mortal Kombat.
Dude, they're remaking that shit?
Oh, goody. Thank God.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see that fuck up.
But the main reason why I hated Queen of the Damned is it strayed. It's not one of those that strayed a little bit away from the book. You know, just a little bit, like It or any of those others. No. This one strayed so far away from the storyline that it might as well have been something different, and it should have had different character names.
Oh, so it's The Shining.
Yeah, yeah, kind of like that, yeah.
Whoa, look at you guys taking...
Oh, shit. Deep cuts.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, Texas Chainsaw 4. That actually did come out this year. Ghoulies 4 came out. Serial Mom. We can't forget Serial Mom. Like I said 4 or 5 times, Shake, Rattle, and Roll Part 5.
Wow.
How many movies are in that series? Seriously.
I hope they stopped at 5.
I've never even heard of it before you just fucking spoke of it on the show. I
know, we have to watch it now. Well, guys, we are at the halfway mark. We went through 1990, 91, 92, 93, and 94. Obviously, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 left. So let's take a little break. So we will be right back after this. Alright guys, we're back from the break. We are fully refreshed. Our bowels have been dropped. And it is 19...
Dude, you ain't kidding, dude. I was fucking drinking Coronas and Fireball all last night, dude. Shit just went down.
I think that's why my stomach is upside down. I had 10 shots of my new favorite thing in the world is, just so everybody knows, it's very important that you all get in.
Yeah, this is big. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Bird Dog whiskey, guys.
Yeah, because you ragged on me for drinking Fireball. You were like, you peasant.
Guys, if you like Fireball, drink Bird Dog hot cinnamon whiskey. You will never, ever, ever go back to Fireball. You'll be like, okay, I'm done. Mm-hmm. And it's cheap. It's not like Jack Daniel's Tennessee Fire, that cinnamon whiskey. That's real expensive. It's like freaking $55 for the 1.75 thing.
Of course, you would get the biggest one out.
Well, yeah, I don't want to keep going back to the store, man. It's a waste a lot of gas doing that.
Cool.
So I have to get the big bottles. Yeah, just switch over to Bird Dog, guys. That's all I'm going to say. It's it'll save your life. Yeah, fuck Fireball. 1995, guys. Let's get into this. Let's mix it up a little bit and start off with Jerry the Red Herring. What are your top 2?
Okay, so let me finish before you start going, what the fuck?
Oh, Jesus, here we go.
What the fuck?
Fuck, Jerry.
I'm glad you had a lot of patience, Kenneth.
I know, right?
Wait for him to say it.
My pick is Godzilla vs. Destroyer. Now,
of course it is.
I know what you're thinking, Jerry. That's a fucking Godzilla movie, and it's not horror. Well, I agree. Most Godzilla movies are not horror, but there are a select few that I believe fall clearly in the horror element, and it's when they actually deal with the human death and actually show that element instead of just buildings getting knocked over when they actually show humans dying. And Godzilla vs. Destroyer is one like that, where not only do you have humans dying, but you have it's a direct sequel to the first movie. It even talks the destroyer is created from the oxygen destroyer,
the Oxycontin.
The Oxycontin destroyer. And you also have Godzilla being a fucking walking nuclear bomb that is about to have a meltdown.
Really?
The entire movie. Dude, the entire movie, his chest is like glowing red and steam's coming out of him.
I think that's happening to you right now, bro. Calm down.
Literally about to have, this is why I can't talk about Godzilla. He's about to have a nuclear fucking meltdown the entire movie. And then at the end, he actually fucking dies. Like,
Wait,
not just loses. No, they actually freeze him.
So stupid.
Shut the fuck up, Alex. They freeze him while he's having a nuclear meltdown, and then his son, Godzilla Jr., actually defeats Destroya, and it's wonderful.
That sounds terrible.
Jerry.
Fuck all of you.
Just listen to yourself talk, dude.
My runner-up is Carnosaur 2. Because it is like, it's almost like a spoof of.
I like Godzilla movies, but you're not helping your case here, dude.
I like Carnosaur 2 as my runner-up because it's like a spoof of an action movie, and all the characters are so fucking ridiculous, and it had like, it's like Aliens except shitty, which is shitty because I think Aliens is shitty.
That might be the smartest. Wait, what?
Aliens sucks. That fucking movie's terrible.
Part 2 was the shit, right?
No, part 2 is terrible. The first movie is amazing. Aliens with an S is terrible.
How dare I? Jesus.
Yeah, Dan. Jesus. Everyone's going to be like, 95 is the worst. I fucking hate Jerry. But Carnosaur 2 is just so much fun. All the characters are just so fucking stupid. And it's the whole... we got tricked into walking into a situation that they didn't tell us all the information about. And now there's fucking raptors. You know, like normal fucking Tuesday.
Jerry, you just take any movie and then you just add on raptors. You're like, and with raptors.
Yeah. Dude, name one movie that is not made better with raptors. Silence of the Lambs with raptors.
Not lambs, but raptors.
Yeah, Silence of the Raptors. Tell me, Clarice. Do they still scream? Are they still a clever girl?
The raptors in Jurassic Park were fucking scary, though.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
And, so Carnosaur 2 is a movie that you just get fucked up and watch it. It's so much fun.
I'm so glad you're taking this seriously, Jerry. All right, so let's get to Dan Chase's pick. 1995, Dan, what are your top two favorite horror movies?
It certainly isn't that. I'll tell you that much. Second movie. Actually, I want to double check on something. I believe, yes, the second movie on this list, directed by David Fincher. Fucking Seven, bro. Are you kidding me?
I knew you were going to pick Seven. I know you so good, man.
I love that movie. That shit is so good. And going back to what we said, though, about police procedural movies, like, they focused in on it, added it in the story, obviously, in a fucking epic way at the end. And, dude, I mean, I think it's one of Brad Pitt's best roles by far. Morgan Freeman always kills it. Like, he's the best. And then, obviously, with fucking Kevin Spacey at the end, dude. Yeah, man. I don't think it gets any better than that. And one of my favorite David Fincher movies, but that's kind of hard because there's so many of them. So, yeah.
It's definitely my favorite of his. It's also my favorite movie from the Saw franchise.
Saw dick.
What is your second runner-up, Dan?
My second movie's quite a step down from good old David Fincher, and that's and I'm gonna get so much shit for this, dude. Halloween.
I just said Carnosaur 2. How are you gonna catch shit for saying anything after that?
That's true. Halloween 6 does get a lot of hate, though. I like that movie. I don't love it.
Wow.
Really like it, though.
Look at you, man.
Yep. And I'll stand by it. I don't watch it fucking religiously every day. I'm not a fan.
Do you know why we celebrate Halloween, Danny?
Exactly.
I take it back. You should have chose Carnosaur 2.
Right. Some would probably say that. I dig that movie, though, man. That was one of my early Halloween intros, to the whole fucking thing there. I want to say, I don't know, it's probably like the second Halloween movie I ever saw besides the first one. I dig it. It's not the greatest movie in the world. It could have been a lot better.
Sir, I give it a 10 out of 10. Halloween 6 is the best.
10 out of 10.
I remember I walked to the video store, and the guy, I told him, give it a good home, because now I'm upgrading to DVD.
I kept renting it.
Sir, we can't take this tape. It has dick holes in it.
I'm sorry, sir. We don't accept dick holes.
So I came home after school and I put it on again.
I jacked off to Paul Rudd. I fed it carrots.
I woke up to piss and I put it on again. It's the stupidest thing. Oh, no, not you. I mean, this guy.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, good picks.
Does anybody else pick that movie, though, or no? Or is it just...
Oh, I love Halloween 6.
I'll watch it for Paul Rudd.
I'll watch it for Barry Sims.
Barry Sims. No, but we talked about this before.
I've seen it once.
Yeah, I like everything except for the Thorn aspect. If you cut that completely out of the movie, I think it's a very solid film.
And it's Donald Pleasant's last movie, man. I mean, it's definitely...
No!
Right.
Okay, Kenneth, what are your top 2 favorite horror movies in 1995?
My number 1, Lord of Illusions.
Oh,
who's that by?
Let's see. Clive Barker. Yeah, Lord of Illusions I thought was great. It's another one of those, it's, another parent. Me and my dad watched that a lot because my dad was a magician, so it kind of hit home with him a little bit more because the majority of the movie's about magic.
Your dad's a magician?
Yeah, he made Jerry's talent disappear.
His dad actually straight up had these old ass books that had locks on them.
Yeah, magic books. Yeah, leather bound locks on them the whole night. My dad was amazing, dude.
Yeah, he taught me how to make hamburger helper.
Was it was it the Necronomicon, dude? That's crazy. That's
no, the name of the book is called The World's Greatest Magical Secrets, and leather bound locked. And now that he's no longer with us, I have it. So.
Oh, nice. Kenneth, can I say something too? You we were talking about reading earlier. The only book I've ever really read is Book of Blood. Clive Barker. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Love him.
To be fair, and thought it was a book about women bleeding.
I was God,
yeah. Why you have to jerk off for 5 days a month?
It just doesn't add up.
Oh my god.
And then my number 2.
What's your number 2?
7.
Yeah. See what I'm saying?
You also picked Sven.
Yeah, also picked Sven.
Yeah, lucky number 11.
11, dude. Remember that movie? That movie was horrible.
I really don't think that 7 really needs any explanation. If you haven't seen it, watch it. And if you have seen it, you know how fucking awesome it is.
I really wanted to choose 7 because it is like I think it's the best movie from that year, period.
Right.
But it's one of those times where I'm like, everyone's going to choose this. So let me go with my personal, because my personal favorites are those 2. But I knew y'all would represent it well.
Okay, go ahead. What do you got?
Yeah, this is not a good year. You look around, it's like, what the fuck? And so there's not much to pick from. So, guys, my picks are a little bizarre. But I'm going to bypass Halloween 6 because Dan already said it and stuff. And it's so, but that is there. But I'm going to go with the 2 other ones instead just to mix this up a little bit. So, believe it or not, it's Leprechaun 3, lads. Dude, Leprechaun 3, and Jason Lloyd told me about how good it is. I just didn't believe him.
Oh, and that's saying a lot.
When the movie started, I was like, this isn't the one, right? And no, man, it actually becomes a very entertaining movie. I talked about it on our last show, so I'm not going to really waste more time on that. But no, Leprechaun 3 is good, guys. Check that out.
That's the Las Vegas one, right?
Yeah, it's fun. It's like, it's such a so bad it's good movie. Like, it literally is one of those.
That's the Elvis Presley one, right?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, for a second. Yeah.
When it really comes down to it, I really can't say a whole lot of negative stuff about the first 3 Leprechaun movies. They're not my favorite movies in the world, but I don't hate them either. They're fun to watch.
Leprechaun in the Hood and Leprechaun Back to the Hood are the 2 best Leprechaun movies.
I agree.
I don't care what anyone
said. The first 3 because I hated the rest of them.
How do you hate Leprechaun in the Hood?
Because Tales from the Hood was better.
I just finished Leprechaun in the Hood like 2 days ago, and I didn't like it that much. And It was a solid, like, they really tried. They wrote a lot of, like, you know, whatever, but...
Oh, that's cute. You tried.
Yeah, at least you tried.
The Tales from the Hood was better.
Okay, I can't wait to see that.
Well, I mean, it's not as good as, like, the Hip Hop Witch, but, I mean, come on.
Is this as good as 8 Mile?
My motto, fuck motto. I'll get the 7 digits from Jerry's mother from $1 tomorrow.
Hey, you better calm down over there, sir.
What of a carnivore?
My second runner-up is Night of the Scarecrow.
What?
That, wasn't a bad movie.
I
That was
thought-
actually a decent movie, too. That wasn't a bad movie either.
No? Never seen it.
Just check it out when you get around to it.
It's not hard to be be the best of the Scarecrow movies. There's like 4 of them, 3 of them suck.
Yeah. So guys, what else was going on in 1995? You got A Vampire in Brooklyn, believe it or not. You got Demon Knight.
Demon Knight was cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Demon Knight was good. Man, I like Vampire Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I never saw it.
It's good, man. Wes Craven,
It's
bro.
good.
Wes Craven and fucking
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's funny. It's good.
It's no Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Dead and loving it. Is it like another version of Blackula or something?
It's a little more refined than that. Not by much, but a little bit.
One of the other movies is Species, where Natasha Hemstridge gets naked a whole bunch of times.
So many of us fucking jerked off to that, dude.
I was just saying, did anyone else have the most awkward boner throughout that movie?
I still do.
I didn't realize there was anything else in that movie other than her naked.
Do you want to talk about awkward? You know what? My dad took me to see that, and I was 14.
Yes.
It was so awkward. It was just the two of us, and I just kept looking to the side with just my eyes and not turning my head to see, like, during those awkward moments.
I had to look over to the side and make sure my dad doesn't have a hard on.
Exactly.
While I'm
dude.
steadily holding the popcorn over my.
Oh. Hey, if you think that's awkward, I went to the movies to see the Rob Zombie Halloween remake with Kenneth's parents, and Kenneth didn't come.
Why, you didn't jerk him off good enough?
His parents are divorced, and I sat between them.
Yeah, as in I wasn't there. Not that I didn't come, as in I wasn't there.
Yeah, he literally I just went with them to go see it. They're like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, we're
my
gonna go see
parents
it."
to go see it.
And I was like, "Oh shit, can I come?" They paid for me. Like,
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Tales from the Hood came out then. Ice Cream Man. And that's about it as notable.
Hey, The Prophecy came out that year. Fuck you.
Yep.
The Prophecy was good.
Hey, listen. You guys could throw out movies.
This is the prophecy. What you know about that, Jerry? What you know about metal? You don't know shit about metal, do you?
I don't listen to metal. I listen to hardcore.
Exactly.
Post
He
hardcore.
listens to pre-hardcore.
Yeah. It's pre-hardcore before post-hardcore was pre-hardcore.
Listen to him go. What a nerd.
Okay, guys, now, in the 90s, horror took a turn. You know, the 80s had that golden era where it was all about the slasher. Most slashers in the 80s were not good. Sorry, guys. Even if you're into it, I appreciate that you like it, but you have to admit that these are not quality movies. You just like them because that's what you're into. So that happened, and that died down real quick. Horror turned to comedy pretty quickly, and then it was like the spoof thing, like the blend of horror and comedy. Then, in the 90s, it went to thrillers, like we mentioned, you know, Silence of the Lambs and all that kind of stuff, and whatever else we mentioned that is like that. They tried to do some remakes of the old stuff, like Dracula, Frankenstein, things like that. Horror really didn't know where it was going or couldn't find its footing. A lot of sequels were popping up, tons of part 4s at this point.
And it took a quick left turn to fucking 261 Turner Lane, bitch.
Yeah.
Meta.
Now we're at Halloween 6 and shit, you know, like what I'm saying. So, and Leprechaun 3, and that's where we're at. So then, like Dan said, it took a left turn. And I'm not going to say that era died. Believe it or not, that still continued on some level. But now, a guy named Wes Craven turned it all around. He tried to do this in 1994. It sort of took really didn't take that much, but then in 1996, it all changed. So, Jerry, what is your top 2 favorite horror movies of 1996?
I've been dying for this one.
The best movie, 1996, is without a doubt The Frighteners.
What?
The Frighteners.
The movie's so badass.
Not only is it the best Peter Jackson movie, it is also the best Michael J. Fox movie.
What? No,
it is.
What the fuck is this shit?
Dan, shut the fuck up and sit and learn yourself something
This is
right
my
now.
show, bitch. I'm the one fucking kicking you off. All right, keep going. Keep digging that fucking. Keep going.
Even Watson from Horror Corridor, who is one of the smartest people alive, knows that The Frighteners is the best movie out of '96.
What was
it is?
What? Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute my mic. I can't even deal with this.
It was in Watson's top 10 movies of all time. Of all time. Okay? The Frighteners has everything. Ghost, scares, Columbine references. Pre-Columbine references. Mass shooter references. It's hilarious. It is
all the big things you need from the 90s, including mass shootings.
Yes.
The essentials.
Plus, it's got the dude from Full Metal Jacket basically being a ghost version of himself.
Arlie Ermey, yeah.
It is great. I understand if you can't choose The Frighteners because you can't comprehend the greatness that is there, and you have to go to a lesser movie. I understand, and I'll give you a pass.
It's got one of my favorite special effects scenes that I've ever seen.
What's
Dude's standing there, and he's looking at somebody, and he gets his head blown off, and the ghost head of him is still there. After his head gets blown off. That was great.
And then my runner-up, speaking of lesser movies, is okay movie. Some people saw it. It's called Scream. It's all right.
All right. Can I go next?
You are next.
Okay, good. Jerry, I was gonna fucking kill you, murder you, maim you, decapitate you, blow your head off like Kenneth just said. But I'll give you that because first of all, you didn't completely fucking, disregard Scream. I thought you were gonna do that, and I actually I got Alex on the button right now to fucking kick you right off this fucking clip.
Right here, baby. Look at my finger right above it.
With that said, you pick Scream, so you're right there. I actually really like The Frighteners. Really like The Frighteners. I think you're fucking crazy to say that it's Michael J. Fox's best movie. Because we don't know.
Yeah, you didn't see Back to the Future 3?
I don't like any of the Back to the Future movies.
That's because you hate yourself, Jerry. Listen, all right, we're not getting into
hate you, by the way.
Yeah,
Dan, this year you're going to be mad at me, Dan. This year.
Well, don't. Oh God! I'll kill the whole fucking cast. I'll do it. So all right, I'll give you that though. The Frighteners. I love that movie, dude. It's really fun. Who directed that? That's Peter Jackson, you said?
Peter Jackson.
Wow, that's fucking awesome.
His best movie.
I do like that movie though. But okay, yeah. Sorry. So obviously you guys know what mine is though. I'm not even gonna say it. It is.
Oh, yeah, Bordello of Blood. Okay, what else?
Yes, exactly. Robert Rodriguez, man, from Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah, man. Yo, when Rodriguez came on the scene, dude. Even though like today, he did the Predators movie, where I actually really like that Predators movie.
I like that movie. That was really cool.
Yeah, I loved it, right? Yeah, it was a great fucking movie. I thought. Got a lot of hate though. Whatever. I think he is one of the best, dude. Now, in terms of like everything he does, I'm not like the biggest fan of, but he's just one of those that like he was just one of those young directors, dude. With him, Tarantino, Kevin Smith, that whole fucking just wave of like indie filmmakers that broke out, and this was obviously his first one. So from Dusk Till Dawn, rest in peace, Michael Parks, dude. Fucking his one of his best roles is the fucking cop in the beginning, dude. Never forget that scene, and yeah. So and obviously Scream. I mean, fuck. Do I really need to elaborate on that?
Well,
no.
So that's my 1996.
Okay.
The year that changed my life, dude. Saw Scream in the theaters, fucking catapulted me, dude. Fucking launched me into that shit. I was at Blockbuster every fucking day after that, just brap, brap, going through them, dude. So yeah,
You were just in there doing gang sounds?
Yo, dude, it's probably
like, no. He specifically just made a blood call. I don't know how much any of you know about gangs.
Well, I'm in 3 of them, so go ahead, tell me.
No, not white people gangs.
Oh, okay.
Not biker gangs.
I'm in the
the non.
Yes, you're right. I did make gang signs.
Oh my god.
He just threw up gang signs when he's talking about Scream. Holy shit, man. Okay, Kenneth. 1996, Kenneth. What are your 2 favorite horror movies?
My number 1 is, like Dan, From Dusk Till Dawn. That's my number 1. I had a hard time with this year, and From Dusk Till Dawn is the one that won it because that was the one that I watched the most that year.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you know, I didn't know nothing about it. Nothing. Didn't hear about it. Didn't see a trailer. Anything. Me and my dad went to Blockbuster. He picked it up. We went home with it, and I was.
Wait, are we talking about hookers or movies?
Well, when we got home with it, man, and we were watching it, it was like the beginning of it, and I was just like, this is another movie where these 2 guys, they kidnap some folks and shit like that. Like I said, I knew nothing about it. I didn't know it was vampires or nothing. And you know, when they got into the bar and everything hit the fan, you know, right after Summer High, it was hot as fuck. You know, when everything hit the fan, dude, I was just like, oh my god, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Yes.
And I loved it from that point on. It's an amazing movie.
It's Cooley's best role, I think, too.
Yeah, and it's actually his first full-length feature film.
Is it really? Oh,
yep.
Wow.
Grizzly 2 doesn't really count, but Return to Horror High, he was Oliver.
Oh, how
yeah, that's right.
could you get that gem?
Yeah, he was also in Return to Killer Tomatoes. I mean, he was in a lot of like stuff well before this movie.
Does he always go this far to contradict you?
Yeah, always. But yeah, for his where he's the main character, that was it. Because he was in Roseanne and all kinds of other shit too.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, before he did this movie, but this was his main first big time. He was the main character movie, and so you know I got to give it credit to that. And then my second one, my runner up is The Frighteners, and we've already talked about it.
Kenneth.
Yeah, I told you he was gonna be pissed.
Kenneth.
I bet you Dan couldn't even imagine that Scream is not on everyone's list.
No.
Oh, dude, like Scream barely made mine. I like the first half of From Dusk Till Dawn more than the second half.
I'm a little offended.
It kind of goes with the times. Everybody's getting offended these days.
Oh, shit. You said you're a fucking snowflake, dude. Oh, my God.
I'm the fucking snowflake on the show.
You're the snowflake? Holy shit.
All right, let's move on. I'm deeply offended.
Dan is about to go listen to Dashboard Confessional and just cry for the rest of the day.
Hands down, this was the best day I could ever imagine, Jerry.
This is getting too heated. Let me break it up and give you my pick.
Yeah, Alex, bring it home. Bring it back. God damn it.
Please don't pick Scream.
My 2 1996 favorite horror movies are Thinner and Jack Frost.
Yes! What I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was a fun run on the crew.
No, Thinner is fucking garbage. My real picks is The Frighteners.
Is your number 1?
That's number 2. Number 1, a lot of people are gonna think it's weird, but I like Hellraiser Bloodline. So.
Dude, stop fucking around. See, now
you asshole! Woo! No, it's Scream, Dan. Don't worry.
Like, you guys are getting my blood boiling here. Like, I legit almost just fucking had a heart attack. I'm not even kidding.
You know, Scream would be a good movie if it wasn't for that forced Wes Craven cameo.
Oh, that was the fucking worst thing I've ever seen on film.
I agree.
Janitor dressed up as Freddy. Dude, we talked about it. That was the worst fucking... Remember how in Scream 2 they did it way better? They just put like a sweater on the door and it was like green
Right.
and red or something. Like that was the way to reference. Like what the fuck was that with that janitor and Scream? Like that literally. And I said this before. That is the worst thing I've ever seen on film. Like oh
Yeah,
my
plus
God.
I
But no,
can't give Scream too much shit. It did give us a much better movie with Scary Movie. So,
Oh, how dare you. Cliff O'Malley.
my real pick is Scream and The Frighteners, guys. So let's move on to 1997. Jerry, please take this seriously. What is your 2 favorite horror films of 1997?
My Anaconda, don't want none unless you're John Voight, hun.
Oh, shit, son.
Really?
Baby. Omega.
I was gonna sing it. I was gonna be like, my Anaconda don't want none, but then I was like, that's terrible. Unless you're John Voight, hun. Yeah, Anaconda.
Jennifer Lopez makes that movie, boy, with that when she has no eyebrows like she does.
Yeah, and Ice Cube was one of my favorite rappers. He was one of the first rappers I ever listened to. America's Most Wanted was one of my first cassette tapes. I absolutely love Ice Cube. He can do no wrong.
Join the party. I could provide the army. Sing it.
Dude, War and Peace Volume 1, the War Disc, is my favorite Ice Cube album of all time. Fuck
so
Dying is a banger. Oh my God. But back to the movie. I love creature features. And Anaconda was like the first time in a long time that we got a big budget creature feature movie.
Hey, Alex, can you put it in ding every time Jerry says, I love creature features?
Wasn't John Voight in that?
Yeah, that's why I started the joke with...
Yeah, right.
Well, don't know what you want.
Yeah, no, we got it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
see, the thing about it is I missed actually part of what you said in the beginning joke because I wasn't paying that close of attention.
Thanks, Dad.
But it's always amazing to me that
You wanna
John
fuck
Voight
me
could
too,
have produced
Dad?
something that looked like Angelina Jolie.
Oh, you know what, guys? I think it's very important to, like when I mention all the other movies that came out during the year that we're doing, it gives it context, and obviously the most important one to do it with, I messed up and didn't do it, was 1996. The year Scream came out, to hear what else was going on in horror before, it turned all around and it became the Pretty People show. What happened that year before everybody knew that they had to change everything was, like we said, Dusk Till Dawn, Frighteners, The Craft, Thinner, Witchcraft 8 and 9, Bordello of Blood, and Jack Frost. Like, that's what was happening when horror changed. So, just so you know.
And the crazy thing about that is The Craft and Scream both had Neve Campbell in it, so she was really working it that year.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And didn't Bordello of Blood have Feldman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did it not? Yeah.
I actually got The Craft on the TV right now as we're doing this.
I never liked that movie.
Never saw it. So, wait, Jerry, Anaconda is your one pick. What's number 2? 97.
Event Horizon.
Oh, nice, dude.
Event Horizon is just one of those movies you watch and you're just like, God damn, that just happened.
Yep.
That is my description of that movie.
I don't know if I was on anything or something at the time, but I remember this chick showed me that movie in 2009, and I didn't like it.
Were you on her?
I'm into this type of thing now, so maybe I'd like it more, and everybody does talk about it like it's... Like, I know there's, like, some big, scary, like, something, like, I don't know, horrific scene or something, I don't know.
Yeah, go watch it.
Yeah, rewatch it.
It sucks that we'll never get a director's cut of Event Horizon because from what I understand, there's like 45 extra minutes of crazy shit for Event Horizon.
Yep. And we're never going to see it. It's never
And
going to
we'll
see
never see it.
Why will you never see it?
Because at that time period, when that movie came out, they didn't have everybody wanting to put special features on DVDs and shit like that. So everything just got dropped to the cutting room floor like all kinds of other shit. And now people it doesn't exist.
Wow. That's.
And you would think in 97, by that time, they would have all this background. Like, they would keep all this background shit. And it pisses me off that they
did.
did.
By then, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, Event Horizon. That's where I'm at.
Good choices. Dan Chase, 1997. 2 favorite horror movies.
So from here on out, I'm just going to get completely ragged on. I already know it, but like I said, I I want to preface all my fucking picks by saying this. This was the era where I really fucking got into going to the movie. I never missed a fucking horror movie in the theater. I hit them all. I can't say I loved them all, but it was during that wave. And like I said, it was just around that time that I was really getting into horror and all that stuff. And this is when they started pumping out all the slasher movies, right? I mean, like you said, after Scream, I mean, the Scream sequels, the I Know What You Did Last Summers, and actually that's my second pick, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I know I'm going to get shit for it, I know. I love that movie. We actually even talked about it, about how depressing it is, and it's like, all right, well, you know, whatever. Besides that, there's something about that movie. I rewatched it the other day. There's so much that I like in it that it's like, it's very tough to. It's like a balancing act. Like it's very depressing, and the whole feel of it is whatever. But watching it, and Jerry, you said scary movie too. It's hilarious watching that movie after Scary Movie was made, just by all the references and shit like that, and Cliff O'Malley, whatever.
I'm right here. What are you waiting for, huh?
Exactly. I Know You Did Last Summer and Scream 2.
Dude, I cannot watch Scream 2 without thinking of Scary Movie.
All those movies go hand in hand with that first Scary Movie.
1997. What are we even talking about? Who's up? Kenneth.
Devil's Advocate.
Really?
Yeah, Devil's Advocate. And the reason why is because it's in the wiki list, so it's there. I can pick it. The end monologue of Al Pacino. Man, oh my God.
Yeah.
That was amazing. I saw that movie in the theater, and I was literally sitting on the edge of my seat when I saw it, man. It was amazing. And everything else, I thought Keanu Reeves' acting was superb. I thought Charlize Theron's acting was superb. I mean, the whole movie, the storyline behind it, everything. I mean, it was epic. And so I absolutely love The Devil's Advocate. And then my second was Event Horizon.
Oh, nice.
Wow, I do have to rewatch it now.
Dude, Kenneth, what you said about that last monologue, though, dude, if you're a fan of dialogue in movies, that's like porn. Like, it's so good. Pacino is, that's ridiculously good. Yeah.
That monologue is one of those things where it's just like, if you had any, because different people have different ways of thinking on belief, but if you have any kind of background on Christianity or that type of religious thing right there, and you did have that belief, that right there will make you rethink how you look at it. I mean, that's how good it was.
Yeah, it's some shit. Yep.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I know Jerry's a big believer in Christ and God and all that stuff, so that must have really affected him.
I used to worship Satan, but then I had a dream about a naked Jesus on a giant pancake, and ever since then, Christ is
Game
the way.
over?
No, I really like Devil's Advocate, but for some reason, I just cannot accept it as a horror movie. It is a straight up drama that happens to use Christian mythology for its setting, but I just cannot see it as a horror movie because I don't think at any point in that movie are you scared or terrified or horrified or anything like that, unless I guess if you're an uber Christian, maybe then you get scared. But other than that, I just cannot accept that as a horror movie. I love that movie, but I just can't do it.
Jay, I thought you would like that movie, though. He fucks his sister in it.
I love that movie. I'm from Alabama. It's a great...
He would like it more if he fucked his brother.
Hey, if my sister was that hot and I had a sister, I would probably consider it.
You're not wrong.
But I mean, if we want to take Devil's Advocate out of it, just because
you can have Devil's Advocate. It was in the list.
Wishmaster would have been the one right after it. After.
Not Leprechaun in Space.
No, I'm good. The chick was hot. The blonde chick was hot in Leprechaun in Space, but that's about it.
She had too much of a whiny. She has a whiny looking face. Like she's always about to complain about something.
I'm not going to be looking at her face.
Yeah, right, bitch.
Be looking at the back of her head.
Dude, both those chicks were hot, man. Her and the slut were hot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, 1997. My two picks are I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yes!
No.
And Alien Resurrection.
That is so not Razor, Alex.
That ain't Razor at all, Alex. So let me tell you something. Did you pick that just because Ron Perlman? You fuck.
Ron Perlman, Jeffrey Rush, Sigourney, Pussy Weaver. She weaved her pussy hair. That's why they call her Sigourney Weaver.
Ah, thanks for the clarification.
That's gross.
She horny weaver.
She wants her pussy weaved.
Dude, that's gonna be my porno name. She horny weaver.
She horny beaver.
And guys, what else was going on in 1997? An American Werewolf in Paris, Campfire Tales, Leprechaun in Space, and that's it for notable mentions that we didn't mention.
I think I lost my virginity in 97 too.
Really? That was really nice of your dad.
Oh shit, dude.
Wow. Damn.
God,
Okay, 1998. They've had a year to think about and get ready for this scream rush that's coming into horror. What do? So, Jerry, 1998, your 2 top favorite horror movies.
The first one's easy, The Faculty.
Yes.
When I was a kid, I found out that Usher had the same birthday as me, and I thought that meant something. Like, that's some shit. I know Alex would say like, no, it's meant to be because of this, but I seriously was was into it, and I bought his cassette. I had
oh my god,
My Way. It's 7:00 on the dot. You know,
My Way.
Yeah, I was super into Usher, and even though I was I know I shouldn't be, but we had the same birthday. There's got to be something here. So, but with The Faculty, I just really love that movie. I think it's one of the best, just really fun sci-fi horror movies, and it has some really creepy elements too. Like when they're all just standing in the fucking football field while the water's going.
Yeah.
That is just creepy as shit.
We already talked about it, Jerry.
Yeah, I listened to this podcast talk about it. They didn't talk about Usher enough. I was very upset, but so
Usher.
The second one is probably my favorite movie to come out that I feel was based off of Scream, because The Faculty wasn't really a slasher. Urban Legend.
Yeah, motherfucker, yeah!
It's just a fucking fun movie. I think they could have gone really far with movies in that series, and they kind of fucked up the rest of them, but it was really, really good. So, Urban Legend.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
1998, Dan Chase, your 2 favorites.
2 favorites. I will second what Jerry Herring just said. Urban Legend, man. Urban Legend was huge. It's got fucking Brad Dourif, Robert Englund, dude. Fucking, it's got Lex Luthor, the Joker. It's got, who else we got? We got Pacey from Dawson's Creek, man. I mean, this movie was so fucking awesome. That opening scene, dude, fucking come on, dude, with Brad Dourif, that's one of those scenes where it still goes down as one of the best of that era anyways. You think about, we talked about Exorcist 3 and certain scenes, and that particular scene was fucking awesome. I think that they could have maybe done a little better with referencing the legends. They could have made a better connection to them, I think. But I love that movie. I love it so much. I watched it the other day, actually. I love it.
If I remember correctly, you don't like when dogs die in a movie.
Yes, correct.
But what about wasn't it a little white poodle fucking dog that got microwaved in this movie?
He fucking put him in the microwave, dude. He put Lex Luthor's dog in the microwave, or she. Yeah, how fucked up is that? What a psycho
funny,
bitch. Oh, that was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just saw it for the first time 2 weeks ago, and I thought it was really cool. It had a great tone to it and stuff, and the lighting and the atmosphere is really cool. And I love. I don't want to give away. I think we ruined it already, because when I was watching it, I remember knowing who the killer was. Then I kept trying to convince myself that I'm making this up, and I didn't hear you guys say that. So I kept trying to not believe in what I think I know.
Right.
But I enjoy this actor so much that I loved the whole performance of the reveal and stuff, and I thought it was awesome. And it made me, who the killer was, made the movie even better. So I really like it. Unfortunately, it's not going to be in my choices, because there's just so many here, and other ones I just have loved way longer and
right.
more, so.
Well, here's a little tidbit too, though, Alex. In the sequel, the killer makes another appearance. Oh, dude, there's like fucking 4 of them. They're really bad. Like they get worse and worse as you go. It's really bad. It gets ugly. But the second one has a nice little cameo from the killer.
Yeah. So Dan, what's your second favorite?
My second, sir, would be on my top 10 list. No, it's not Silver Bullet. Silver Bullet didn't come out that year. It would be H2O. Chopping Michael's fucking head off. They should have ended it there, bitch.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says, dude. That's one of the best fucking Halloween movies ever. You got Jamie Lee Curtis back. You got Janet Leigh back in the fucking Psycho car, dude. Come on, dude. Get out of here. There's so much greatness in that movie. You got fucking LL Cool J licking his goddamn lips, dude. Come on, dude. This is fucking cutting off Michael's head at the end, dude. Fucking cue music, dude. Bust out fucking break out fucking whatever, dude. Just get it fucking, yeah.
Wow, I think he just had a fucking aneurysm.
Yep.
Yeah.
It happened.
You really are articulate, I'll tell you that.
Yep.
Holy shit. You know, I have a sequel written. I've got a script written for Halloween H2O2, the night he went swimming.
Nice.
You know, now they have to have a H4O. Because isn't it next year going to be 40 years?
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, it's H2O2 because it involves water in a bucket.
So stupid.
You know what H2O was missing, though? It needed more Busta Rhymes Kung Fu.
That it did. Well, but think about that, though, for a second. Like, literally, like, whatever, however you feel about that next movie, dude, like, it's ridiculous on many different levels. And but how can you go from the greatness of H2O? Like, clearly they were just going downhill from there, you know? Like, I don't know. It would be literally like a perfect movie to me if they just fucking ended the series there. But they...
I think to everybody in the world, it would be.
Exactly, right? Yeah, exactly. So...
I wish I could just stab the shit out of that Blu-ray, to tell you the truth. I would literally take a knife to that movie.
Huh.
Or scissors or anything. Anything I had around.
I feel like that's happened before.
Yeah, you should record that.
Yeah, you should.
Maybe I will. Hey, a good idea is a good idea.
You should beat it with a bucket.
Kenneth, please save us from this. What is your 2 favorite horror movies in 1998, buddy?
Well, my number 1 would be John Carpenter's Vampires. I really liked it. Yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was great. I liked the, kind of bringing vampires back at this point because, I mean, from Dusk Till Dawn, you got that stretch between the two of them where, you really didn't have a whole lot, and then making it more sinister. I mean, because in this, in Vampires, the big, mean, badass vampire really didn't say nothing at all.
Right.
All he did was just kill people and try to get that golden cross. So it's like, and then James Woods. Come on.
Piece of candy.
Yeah. James Woods. Amazing. And then my second, I couldn't choose between The Faculty and Apt Pupil. I had a hard time choosing between the two of them. Because, yeah, dude, Apt Pupil was awesome.
Yep.
And that whole dynamic of that kid meeting the Nazi guy and so on and so forth. I mean, it was awesome. And then The Faculty, y'all have already said it, so I really don't need to say anything else about it.
Isn't Apt Pupil Stephen King, Kenneth? Or no?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah. What a movie, dude. Fucking Magneto, dude. He's a shit.
What do you guys keep saying? App people?
Apt
Pupil.
Apt pupil?
Yeah.
APT.
Oh, okay. I never saw that one.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's basically this movie where this kid, he's living next door to a guy that he figures out used to be a Nazi. like a big badass fucking SS Nazi guy in Germany, and he's hiding out in America, and he's trying to figure out things about him, and the guy starts figuring out that the kid's doing it, and it's a deep psychological horror movie. You got to check it out.
Really good.
Wow. All right. Good picks. 1998, my favorite 2 are The Faculty and Halloween H2O.
Yeah, my man, pots and pans.
I don't have to get to either one of those because we did. So, let's see what else was going on in 1998. It actually had a lot of stuff. Bride of Chucky, I Know What You Did Last Summer 2. The Psycho remake. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
I seriously thought about choosing that just to fuck with Alex.
I know. I thought somebody would.
Nah, you already fucking buried yourself with Carnosaur.
Strangeland, Blade, Disturbing Behavior.
Mm.
That's sort of what was going on in 1998. All right, guys, it's been a long journey, but we are winding it down. It is the last year, obviously, of 1990s, and here we are in 1999. You know, I know we mentioned it, but I feel like we didn't like get trapped in this vortex of pretty teen slasher movies. Even though they've been in all the picks, but I feel like luckily we didn't have to go through the whole thing where we explain again, you know, they wanted a cast that you all know. Like, because everybody knows that. It is what it is. It's the 90s. But I'll tell you what, as we did this whole thing, I feel like, man, that's a very small part of the 90s, oddly enough, you know? Even though, you know, it's a very small part of the 90s, because we've just did so many movies, and that is like the least of it. So that was interesting. I thought this would feel different to me when we did the show. Okay, guys, let's wrap it up with 1999 for our That 90s show.
'Cause tonight we gonna party like it's
1999. So, Jerry, let's see. How are you going to wrap up this fun show?
This was the absolute hardest year for me. I even had to call.
They could say hardest cock.
That's why he called me.
Not in this one. I've got 5 movies for this year that I absolutely was having the hardest time choosing. My winner ended up being Deep Blue Sea because my hand is like a Sharks fan. I love Deep Blue Sea. I love shark movies. In fact, there was another shark movie that came out this year that I almost chose, but it's so shitty of a movie that even though I love it and I wore out the VHS tape as a child, it shouldn't be picked. And that was the first Shark Attack movie.
Oh, God.
I almost picked another snake movie. We had Anaconda 4. Well, King Cobra came out this year,
Jesus
which, hey, that had special effects by the Chiodos brothers, and we got to see Mr. Miyagi get fucked up by a giant cobra.
I like creature features.
Yeah. And then, speaking of creature features, we also had Komodo. Fucking Komodo. But
yeah, dude.
Deep Blue Sea, and I think it's just a fun film. And that scene where the dude is in the fucking tied to the bed rail, and they've got him. They're trying to pull him up from the helicopter.
Oh.
He just fucking slams into the window underwater, and then the shark grabs him. Holy shit,
Jerry!
Epic.
When we're talking about monologues too, Sam Jackson's monologue and what happens, dude, that's so good.
Oh, yeah, that was fucking hilarious. I feel like this is a movie that really solidified Samuel L. Jackson just yelling.
It's another LL Cool J movie. That's weird. Back to
it is another LL Cool J.
Wow.
You ate my fucking bird.
Yeah, dude. Wait, doesn't the bird survive? No.
No, I want to say it dies. I don't know. My Blu-ray is on the way because I realized I didn't own it, so I just bought it.
Gotcha.
My runner-up was Lake Placid.
Oh, Jesus.
It was, dude, Lake Placid is such a fun movie.
Betty White.
It's hilarious. It's got good jump scares. The alligator looks pretty good. It's a fucking great movie. I had a hard time between Deep Blue Sea and Lake Placid.
That's shocking.
Is it, Dan?
Both of those picks are shocking to me. I never liked Lake Placid. If you're gonna talk about those types of movies, that's probably the best one out of all the other shit that you've been talking about this entire show. But with that said,
Kenneth,
it's still bad. Betty White is the best part of it.
Kenneth, did this motherfucker just say Lake Placid was bad?
Indeed, he did.
Did we come on this show to hear the opinions of lesser people? Because I feel like that's what's happening right now. How dare you say an unkind word about Lake Placid? You, sir, are plain flaccid, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, Jerry, what are we gonna do with you, huh?
That's what that fireball will do to you.
And you think one day getting on the Skeleton Crew? What are you, fucking insane? Those pics are crazier than Michael J's, you fuck.
Whoa. At least my picks are creative.
Let's not hit below the belt here.
I promise you, we could have placed bets and people would have. Look, I'm the Dr. Shoe in this fucking horse race, okay?
I don't even know what that means.
No, Dr. Footwear.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm the fucking Dr. Footwear in this fucking horse race, and everyone could have put money and called your picks.
At that point, we just need to move forward where Jerry fucks up.
Well, you know what? Yeah, exactly. Everybody, Jerry. You know why everybody knows my picks though? I don't know.
You're boring?
No. Actually, no. It's because I don't know. We've been doing a fucking podcast for years. How long has yours been on now, Jerry? What's up?
Kill the Cast has been 1 year and a couple of months.
I rest my case.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry, it's not rested because y'all have been on for years and we've been on for almost, a little over 1 year, and we're already right behind you.
Oh, shit, son.
What's that
those
say?
fighting words. 1999, taking out the fighting.
Yeah, once Skeleton Crew leaves Horrorphilia, these guys are taking over the throne.
Yep, they're going to take that scepter and fucking march on forward.
Wow, I can't believe we're passing the torch to Kill the Cast. God.
I can't believe the torch is the fucking Turtles in Time scepter.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
You know I have that scepter because it came with the toys back in the day. I have this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it did.
It's actually right next to me. I have it in honor of you guys hopefully leaving soon.
Which reminds me, I need to mail out Kenneth and Alex your fucking signed VHS tapes.
Yeah.
What about me?
Huh? What about you?
What about what's up, Jerry?
Look,
Jerry, I'm passing the torch.
You ain't passing shit.
I'm passing the joint, nigga.
You passing a fucking STD. People fucking call you the abbreviation of standard.
Wow. He just keeps... This is becoming really awkward.
I don't think I've ever been this fucking roasted on a podcast.
You don't...
And he lived through show 98.5.
You don't want... Look, you can go ahead and tell Jeremy from 22 Shots. You don't want this. You don't want to see me go off. What year are we in? What are we doing?
1999. I'm the host here, asshole. You just shut up and wait your turn. Dan.
I'm gonna
1999. What is your two favorite horror movies of 1999?
Okay, so I'm gonna go with number one first because number two I'm probably gonna get killed for. So the first one is the Blair Witch, man. Blair Witch Project.
Oh, I'm gonna kill you for that.
Why? Why? For Blair Witch?
I'm just kidding. I never even saw it yet, dude.
All right, yeah. That was a game changer. What do we really got to say about Blair Witch that hasn't been said before? And it's one of those movies too where that was the first movie I saw in theaters, I think, that legit fucking scared the living shit out of me. And that was right when the internet was starting and nobody knew what was real and what was what.
Yeah, remember those days?
It was, and it really did add to the experience too. It added to the movie-going experience, totally, dude. And not knowing shit about movies going in, and then like having no expectations, I think is the best way. I also think it's probably one of the most difficult things to pull off at this day and age. So between the timing of this movie and like we said, like the marketing and all that shit, dude, they just nailed it, dude. That movie scared the living shit out of me. Now, the next movie.
Hold on, Alex. I can explain Blair Witch to you. The Bundys went and saw it, and as soon as they got out, Peggy said, "Thank your father, kids."
Thanks, Dad.
How many Married with Children references are you motherfuckers gonna throw?
He really wants that show to grow, man.
I guess so.
No, I just know when you're on it's like in a movie, you're not supposed to reference a better movie in your movie.
Right.
Here, I figured I would reference a better podcast.
Ah, so you just stole my joke too.
It has 100% less Dan Chase.
I can't get on the Blair Witch bandwagon.
Yeah?
I can't. And the reason why is because, it's the marketing ploy and everything like that was a total ripoff of Cannibal Holocaust.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't. alive for that?
I'm actually really surprised that Kenneth doesn't like the Blair Witch because it's a slow burn where nothing fucking happens at the end.
That's true.
Jerry's
That's
going
true.
off this episode. Jesus Christ.
It's right up his alley, and yet he doesn't like it. Like,
dude,
it's
for somebody who
shocking.
picked Carnosaur, you sure do talk a lot of shit.
You got a
See,
point
Jerry,
there,
Jerry likes creature features just because deep down he knows that he's still pissed off because his parents wouldn't let him have pets as a kid.
I had a cat named Jaws. What the fuck are you talking about?
You got a cat named Cass now.
He likes Creature because they're the only ones who like won't argue with him and hate him because they can't talk to him.
Well, and it's the opposite of how I feel about Jerry. I wish he couldn't talk.
We wish you were the family dog.
Yeah, dude, you are the bitch of the family.
I'm gonna rub my ass all over y'all's floor.
Oh my god, you're gonna drag your ass across the carpet?
Yeah, right now on the dungeon floor.
You need to be neutered. Okay, so I've expressed it on the Skeleton Crew before, and I'll say it again. I fucking love Idle Hands. I know it's a fucking stupid stoner comedy.
What are you talking about? Idle Hands is fantastic.
Thank you.
That's such a great movie.
And we're
such
back.
a great movie.
Right? Oh shit.
Who talks shit about Idle Hands? I've never heard anyone talk shit about Idle Hands. Name.
Fucking Rotten Tomatoes, but we all know they suck anyway. So.
And that would be the second film on this list starring Sean Whalen because you had People Under the Stairs earlier, Kenneth. So there you go.
Yep.
I love it. I don't know. I'm glad you guys like it though. I thought you guys were gonna murder me for it, but I love that movie so much.
I literally almost pulled a fucking Fuck Rosa Parks barbershop when he said fucking Rotten Tomatoes. Man, fuck Rotten Tomatoes.
Man, fuck you.
So many Ice Cube references.
Yeah, right? This is like an Ice Cube Married with Children podcast.
Yeah, right.
Fuck dying.
Yo, so those are my picks though for 1999. Cause tonight we gonna party.
Yep, good picks. Now we are on to Kenneth.
Oh, I'm on Kenneth.
99.
My number one above all is Ravenous.
Never seen.
Oh my God! Really?
Swear.
Yeah, I've never seen it either.
Guy Ritchie, Robert Carlyle, they're fucking cannibals.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Dude,
this
it's
is
so
the one
good.
you were telling me about, wasn't it?
Right. It takes place during the Mexican-American War, man, and these guys are in this camp, like military camp, because they're soldiers that's like way far out in the middle of nowhere, and they end up eating each other. Yeah, totally need to watch it. It was fucking amazing.
Nice, dude.
And it's shot like it got the older, like you wouldn't think that it came out in 1999 because it's got the grainy look of like the late 70s, early 80s.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And it's got dude that played Arquette, dude that played Dewey in Scream. He's in it.
No shit, David Arquette.
Yeah, David Arquette. It's got him in it.
Robert Carlyle, dude.
Yeah,
If Dewey reported for duty.
yeah, and then dude that was the dad in Beetlejuice. What was his name? But yeah, I mean, y'all should watch that. It's definitely good. I think it's on Netflix. You should watch it.
No shit, I will.
Okay.
Cool.
And then my second, House on Haunted Hill.
Yes. Jeffrey Rush again.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed the remake of that. And I also liked the fact that they took it to where the house was actually haunted.
Right, because in the original, it was like him and his wife kind of messing with each other and stuff, but in this one, yeah, the house is actually haunted. It was really, and I'll just segue into mine since I'm the last one to go. House on Haunted Hill is in mine too. That's one of my picks.
Did I sleep on this movie or something? What the? I don't. Okay.
Dude, yes, it's so good.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was real cool. It's got, I think it's got Allie Larder in it.
Allie Farter.
Yeah.
Remember she farts in Jay and Silent Bob? She just rips one.
Yeah, it's got her in it. It's got Jeff
Famke Janssen.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of was the other one, Famke Janssen. It's got her in it, and then you'll recognize all the other people that are in it.
Well,
I just can't think of their names.
But it doesn't have a Blu-ray release. The sequel to this movie has a Blu-ray release, but it doesn't.
Right.
Yeah, that's
it makes
fucking
no
weird.
sense.
Why is Lisa Loeb in that movie?
They paid her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jeffrey Rush plays like a Vincent Price character, and he's even named Vincent and stuff. Taye Diggs is in this movie. You got Chris Kattan is in this movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah.
Yeah, like like you said, Lisa Loeb. I don't know. I mean, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but I definitely had it on VHS. I copied it when I rented it back then, and I watched this pretty regularly. So I was into it. And plus, with the rest of the list you got, I mean, I'm just going with what I like at the time.
Yeah.
So my last pick, End of Days with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I was wondering if one of y'all was going to get it.
Yeah, that's always been a solid movie to me, man. It plays up the whole 1999 thing. We were all afraid about the Y2K thing, and they gave this whole, it's a whole religious thing, but not in the way that you won't like it or that in an annoying or overwhelming way. It's like religion done right in a movie, I guess.
Awesome soundtrack, too, by the way.
Yeah.
As long as I'm on mad pills and I got plenty of pot, I'll be in a canoe paddling, making fun of your yacht.
I think my favorite scene in End of Days is when the kid that's on the skateboard runs into Satan. And he hits him, and he's like, "Fuck you, old guy," or some shit like that. And then he goes off and he's wearing the Satan Rules hoodie on, and then he gets hit by the car. That shit was great, man.
That was good.
So
I'll say one of the best scenes of that movie was the fucking ice cream pizza shake.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And how about when that albino goes, "He's gonna fuck you, Christine, he's gonna fuck you."
Yeah, dude, that bugs me. I don't like that. That was weird.
Yeah, that was creepy, right?
Jerry's wondering what the fuck we're talking about.
Yep. I've never seen it.
Wow.
You should watch it. It's for it to be a Schwarzenegger movie, you should watch it. It's not really action.
No.
Well, if it's as good as Kindergarten Cop, I'll give it a try.
It's not a
tumor. It is. It's not the tumor. Yeah, so that's our picks, guys. So this was the 90s show. Well, guys, big show. Thanks for coming on. And Jerry and Kenneth, thank you for letting me lift your format you had going there. I guess now you can't do this.
No, not for the 90s.
Yeah, not for that. And we won't do it again. You know, we're wrapping it up, and we're not going to hit this up. But we definitely wanted to do this at least one time, and we had to do it with you. Otherwise, it's truly stealing. And at least I think we did the right choice, the 90s. I mean, you guys did the 80s. I'm sort of like, a little like, I'm kind of done talking about the 80s for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know.
I agree. No, a lot of people do the 80s and stuff like that. And that's not to say that, we couldn't, but what else can you say? You know what I mean? About all those movies that hasn't been said before, So it's like, whatever. Dude, 90s, that's my fucking zone. I loved it. And I'm so happy we got to do this show because, and honestly, I got like kind of a little list going here now of movies that are on you guys' list that wasn't even fucking on my radar. So I got a bunch of movies to watch now.
Yeah, like Carnosaur?
Carnosaur and Carnosaur 2.
Oh my god, Carnosaur 2 is so fucking ridiculous.
Dan, straight up, when you watch Ravenous, man, I really want to see what you think about it. So hit me up, let me know.
That's gonna be first, and then House on Haunted Hill. So those two, yeah, for sure. Right on, dude. Thank you assholes for coming on. Open invitation, by the way. Anytime you guys want to come back, except you do.
Open invitation to your asshole?
Of course. I mean, did I really need to spell it out for you?
Can you spell it out?
Those pictures?
I guess all you guys are going to contact me later to see how you get a hold of the transfer movies, right?
Yes, of course. No, Alex already sent those to me.
I mean, I'll watch it. It sounded interesting.
Watch it,
dude. You know what it actually is? It's actually it predates Terminator. Oh no, it doesn't. Never mind. Oh no, it does. No, it does. The first one does. Yeah.
Comparing it to Terminator is not a good way to make me watch it.
No, here's the thing. Some guy went back in time and started killing ancestors of people today. So this guy had to go back and meet him in the same timeline to kill him to stop him from doing that. So it's sort of like Terminator that way.
I'm already confused. I just went cross-eyed.
I think I've seen this. Wasn't it called Looper? It had Bruce Willis in it.
Oh, Looper. Looper's great, dude.
It's not a Looper.
Kind of like Time Cop.
It's not a Looper.
Time cop. Yeah, time cock.
Yeah, but I am actually genuinely interested because I do like full moon movies, so I'm actually genuinely interested. So yeah, if you want to figure out a way to shoot those for me, that would be awesome.
Will do.
And by the way, I just looked. Ravenous is on Netflix.
Nice.
Perfect.
Fuck yeah. Is Carnosaur?
No. I doubt that.
They didn't waste their time uploading it. The point of this show really is to not just sit here and jerk off about our favorite stuff. It's to raise awareness from stuff from the 90s that you guys probably overlooked or don't give a shit about, and it's our favorite stuff, the ones we mentioned, and maybe it's like, oh well, maybe I should check it out then, and that's what we're all doing to each other. Once again, Kill the Cast, thanks for coming on the show. Sorry you guys missed Jamie, she couldn't make it to this show, but hey, it was a great time, and I'm sure she will enjoy listening to this, so thanks again for dropping in.
I appreciate you letting us be here, man.
Yeah. Like I said, open invitation, except for you, Gary.
So, guys, what are you going to do with the scepter? Is that the only way you can get out of here, or do you just want to take the freeway?
I'm really worried that if we use this scepter again, we're going to end up in, like, some weird fucking place like the woods and fucking Jason Goes to Hell.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's... What do you think's worse, that or fucking Ninja Turtles 3?
What if you end up in the laser lounge?
What if we end up on Cut to the Chase?
You don't want to end there. You won't leave sober.
Yeah. Plus, I might have to listen to you talk about No Country for Old Men again.
Oh shit!
Was that bad? I thought it was great.
No, I just think that like.
He's like, no, I'm just kidding. I didn't listen.
No, I did listen to that show because
I haven't actually listened to it yet, but I want to because I love that movie.
I wanted
that one.
I wanted to hear if y'all were going to convince me it was good, and y'all didn't.
Oh, I didn't try to do that.
Well, I know, but like one of the reasons to listen to podcasts is for them to maybe show you something you never saw before in a movie, and maybe you'll end up liking it. Maybe you'll get a whole new perspective and go, holy shit. Like Kenneth said, watch Hellraiser 4 through 7 from the point of the view of the main character in the movie as if it's their own personal hell.
Right.
And that didn't save those movies, but at least it was an attempt. So
let me ask you a question, Jerry.
Yeah.
Little movie called Edge of 17. You like it? What'd you think of that one?
Fuck yes. Dude, Edge of 17 was so good.
Oh,
Holy shit.
Hey, who did a podcast on that recommending that movie?
I don't know. I didn't listen to it, but it was probably you. It's a lot of newer movies I haven't seen. And if it's an old movie I haven't seen, I don't mind listening. But if it's a new movie, I get like a little like, I don't know if I want this to be spoiled for me.
Right.
But I will say I'm gonna go listen to that episode now because you were right. Edge of 17 was fucking fantastic.
Phenomenal, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was great.
So I'm always right. So just fucking take my recommendations like the little bitch you are and keep on moving.
You haven't been right since you were 5, and your mom was like, "Do you want juicy fruit or zebra bubble gum?"
I'm still wrong, man.
I know you chose zebra, you dumb fuck.
It's my favorite animal cracker.
We were talking about bubble gum.
Oh, my bad.
Wow, this is just getting out of control.
Myself now, I only came here to promote myself.
Yeah, we know.
We'll say it one last time. Kill the cast. Kill the cast. Kill the cast.
And Married with Children podcast.
Kill Jerry's bitch ass. Kill Jerry's bitch ass.
Kill Jerry's bitch ass. Kill Jerry's bitch ass.
Stop fucking plugging, Jerry.
I don't know, right?
I can't. There's so many holes to plug.
Kenneth, keep them in line, please.
Well, guys, thank you. That was the 90s show, everybody. Have a good night. We hope you enjoyed, and we will see you